I'm ready when you are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Group D of the UKSC2 League. I am going to be your host, Exo, for tonight, and alongside with me on Discord, but without webcam, is going to be our boy Phoenix. Phoenix, say some words.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this group. Got some pretty strong players today, so I'm looking forward to some good games.
That's my boy, that's my boy. Now, we just want to give a big shout out to Wardy, who has hosted the stream. Unfortunately, he's hosted the stream when where we have a few player delays, so we have no games immediately, but they will be coming very shortly. And we're gonna try and hype them up as much as we can, because casters, isn't that right, Phoenix?
Yeah, we have a little bit of a delay, but the players should be ready within 10 minutes or so,
Yeah.
I'd say.
We are hoping so. As you can see on screen, we have the infographic of Group D. The players are RazerBlader, FIGARO, Eiger, and Chelch. And the first match, it was due to be Chelch and FIGARO, and we're hoping that that's still going to be the first match. We are just waiting for them to both be ready. We don't want to give any buys at this crucial stage, so we're going to give the players a little bit of time. So yeah, how are we all enjoying the new season? Everyone enjoying being Masters? Yeah? Or being stuck in Diamond, if you're Cyril? I don't know. So what we're about. Oh yeah, the chat hasn't caught up yet because we've got a delay. So yeah, looking like a bunch of good matches this evening. Chelch versus FIGARO is going to be an interesting match. PVZ, he has some history with FIGARO, which we'll probably talk more about when we get closer to the game. But FIGARO is the favourite. Let's not lie about that.
The official.
The official. But the UKSC2 League. It's brought a lot of hype, and it's brought a lot
Good evening,
of
ladies and gentlemen,
and the stream is not muted.
to Group D.
Which means I need to mute the stream, because you guys don't want to hear a mute. You don't want to hear an echo. You hear me from 2 minutes ago? That's not good. Yes, so FIGARO Chelch is going to be a PPZ, which is hopefully going to be our first match. We've got RazerBlader versus Eiger, which is going to be a TVP, which should be our second match. We will then do the winners match, the lowers match, and then the deciders match. So pretty standard GSL format. And yeah, I'm particularly looking forward to FIGARO Chelch. That's I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit biased. Chelch is my boy. I do know him, and he's a very cool player. So yeah, there's no caster bias here, but well,
It's okay. I can rep FIGARO on this one as a sub player. So
you're a Zerg player. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, yeah, I am also a Protoss player, so we are wearing our biases on our sleeve here. And we will see what can happen. Have we got any updates? Phoenix, I'm trusting you for the admin here. Do we have any updates on where these players are?
no, not quite yet.
That's exactly
we're expecting 7:15 on, so
yeah, that's fair. Well, we were also expecting to go live at 7:15, but when you get hosted, you're just gonna make something happen, you know. And
yeah.
we will see. We will see.
Obviously, RazerBlader in this group, generally considered the second best player in the UK, so
yep,
it's a pretty important group. Maybe some upsets will happen.
Yeah,
maybe not.
And again, we should iterate that this is the stage of the tournament where players are playing for money. This is where if they get through, I believe it's £15 just for getting through this group. So top two players will both get £15, and the competition is fierce from here on out. If I believe the first place in this group is going to have to play T-Bull in the playoffs, and the second person is going to have to face Risky, who is the current UK, I don't say champion, currently the highest rated player.
I think champion is a good word
you know
to
what?
describe it.
Risky, you're also my boy. You're a champion. You haven't won it yet. Don't get cocky. So yeah, we'll see. I don't even know if he's watching tonight. Again, we're expecting first place to be RazerBlader, I should say. But we will see. So we are just doing it. Oh man, Half Cube in the chat, stuck in Diamond with 4.6k MMR. Man, I feel for you. I'm 4.6k at the minute, and I'm Masters 1. Ladder's messed up.
Yeah, the
Alright.
ranks. Just waiting for them to be fixed.
Yeah. Yes, Mudkips, we are using the old map pool, as Chelch has confirmed, but the playoffs will be on the new maps. So, yeah, we're trying to be fair to the players. Obviously, mid-season, mid-tournament season changes can always be a bit of a pain like that. So, yeah, we're having a look on. So, I believe both FIGARO and Chelch are in-game now. We've just got to get them to do their vetoes, and then we'll be heading into that match immediately. Actually, Cheltenham's in the thing. Right, we are very organised, as you can tell here, at the UKSC2.
Well, obviously this is Group D of the league, so I might as well run through the results from the other group.
Yes, that's a great idea. Do it.
In Group A, we had Mystic and Zane advancing, with Nox and Gamer Richie being eliminated. In Group B, we had Matt and Asta, who are both Zerg players, advancing, with Johnny Rico and Morton being eliminated. Johnny Rico, you might know, as the former Dignitas player, so that was a bit of an upset there. And then in Group C, we had Risky and T-Bull advancing. This was on Monday night, with Savage and Emis being eliminated. There's actually some really close games in that one. I casted that one myself. And now we're on this group, so we'll see who makes up the final 2 players of the round of 8.
Exactly. Everything that Phoenix just said that I was listening to very intently. Thank you very much for going over those groups. Yes, all the VODs are available. I still believe the VODs are available for all the other groups, so if you have missed any of that and you do want to get into it, there's actually pretty much no downtime in any of those. They're like 2 to 2.5 hours each. I think the first one's a bit longer, about 3 hours. A lot of games were played there. But we have been having very little downtime with each group. And once we get started in this group, we're expected to have very little downtime. Again, we are just waiting for one last player. There he be. There we go. Okay, is Bel Air casting tonight as well? We have had a German streamer thingy. Let me just message him.
Yeah, he's definitely casting tonight.
There we go. There we go. Not the real Risky in chat. I wouldn't bet against that. I wouldn't bet. Okay, now if we can just get the players. Any opinion on the new maps? Oh, I'd probably asking Risky in chat. And maybe Risky will grace him with an answer and his knowledge. They're nice. Mudkips. I do agree. Actually, they are quite nice. They're a bit funky, but. Whoop. Okay, let me just get Bel Air into the group as well.
Yeah, we should be ready to go in a few minutes. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We had some issues with.
Hey, the stream said the first game was going to start in 1915.
Oh, right.
There's a 2-minute delay, so we're probably at 1914 right now. We're on cue. This is exactly as planned.
It's true, actually.
It is true. It is true. Yeah, pretty hype. I want to give a big shout out to Volcus whilst we are waiting for a little bit. He's the one who's basically organised the whole thing. He's put a lot of his own money into it. I don't know exactly the ratio that he's put into it, but I know he's put like a good majority or a good chunk into the prize pool. He's the one that's organised everything, and he is behind the scenes even now trying to get the players organised and everything. So passion, even though he's a bit ill at the minute.
Yeah, we're just doing the map vetoes now, so
yeah,
we should be ready to start the game just as soon as they're done.
Exactly. So to talk about the things as live, FIGARO vetoed Zen. Phoenix, you're a Zerg player. Would you ever veto
Yeah.
this map versus a Protoss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
think many people play Zen at all, regardless of race.
Very true. It's very true.
So I know personally, I would probably leave it in the pool and veto it. But I guess FIGARO is confident enough that he just wants to veto any map that he doesn't play.
Exactly, yeah. And we are about to get the final map, the first map choice, I should say. And then we can start wrapping this party up, down, left, right, all the directions. Da. So yeah. But as always, StarCraft players, very, very technical-minded people. They've got to go through things. Oh, there you go. FIGARO forgetting what the map pool actually is. Actually, he did that to me at LAN. I played FIGARO at LAN. So again, I'm completely biased against FIGARO here. Because he completely, utterly destroyed me at LAN. So, yeah.
I had the pleasure of playing him 2 LANs ago.
Oh, yeah?
I actually got a map.
Did you get a map off him? Oh my lord.
Signature cheeky build.
Hey man, ZVZ is always a cheeky build. Okay, so Nightshade is going to be our first map, which we will be loading into very shortly. I need to put the balance test mod on there. Do not want to do... What? Do we have a balance test mod right now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow, I did not know that. Okay, we're just going to get the players readying up here. We'll get them race checked. Then we'll be getting in. Okay, guys, race test. Oh, hang on. What? The pink and purple. You change color, please. Come on, boys. This is an amateur hour here. It is amateur hour here. Okay, one of them did. Red pink is perfectly fine. Okay, now, you know what I hate about StarCraft is you talk in the party chat and then everyone goes to the lobby chat instead. Chelch is ready. We're just waiting on FIGARO. No rush. We're already. Actually, like I say, we're perfectly 4 minutes late. Is he typing in the party chat? No, he is not. Go, and here we are, making sure no map history is on. We are loading into the first game, and I forgot I have to change the screens because we wouldn't want to accidentally somehow have a whole game played.
Yeah, imagine if that happened.
That'd be awful. Awful.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either. That happened. But it's sorted. The VOD is sorted. I sorted it for the VOD. Don't worry.
It all worked out in the end.
Exactly. Now we're just going to be doing this. And now we are finally loading into the first map of Group D. Spawning in the top left position. He is the red Zerg player. He is FIGARO. And
in the bottom right-hand corner, from the Drunken Outlaws, the pink Protoss player, it is Chelch.
There we go. Alright, now I wonder, are we expecting any cheekiness out of either of these players to start with? Do you think?
They're both players so capable of it. I think both of them are very capable of playing macro styles, but they're also players who are known to be aggressive on time. So, yep. I think at this game, at the moment, it looks pretty safe. But...
It does. I mean, Chelch put down the gateway right in front of us, just to confirm that, that it's not going to be a cannon rush start. And FIGARO's dropped down to the 17 hatch. So this is all super standard. And 17 hatch, 17 gas, 17 pool. There we go. So yeah, players feeling each other out. That's the casting terminology, I believe, for when you don't know what's happening, or everything is standard. I'm hoping we'll see some interesting stuff out here. Now, these two did play in the qualifiers.
Yeah, they did.
As I mentioned, they had some history. And Phoenix, do you remember those games? Did you watch them or?
I believe FIGARO won comfortably, right?
Yes, FIGARO ended up winning. It was a 2-1. Chelch did take a map. But yes, Chelch. It was. I think it was a 2-base all-in that he managed to just bring out. The third game did look close. It was another 2-base all-in, and it looked close, but FIGARO managed to just seal that up. It'll be interesting to see if we again see here 2-base all-ins. Oh, it's going to be a fast Twilight Council. Have you been playing much recently, Phoenix? Have you seen a lot of this?
Well, I did just play Chelch in a warm-up game, and I believe this is the same build he did on me.
Oh, spoilers, man.
So,
be careful.
I may have some insight on what build this is.
Fair enough. Well, I don't have the insight, but I do believe this is going to be the Glaive Adepts timing, which has been oh so popular.
Potentially. Yeah. Although, if it was anything like my game, there may be some differential. Ooh. That's all I'm going to say.
That's very interesting. Well, we do have the Stalker to clear the Overlord, or at least to stop it from being able to do a live scout. This generally infers that there's a Robo gone down, but again, recently we've seen these much faster Twilight plays come into play, and yeah, FIGARO's just playing pretty chill. He's getting Zergling speed. He doesn't seem too panicked about it right now. You have the Adept coming in here. Going to get a drone on the third. That's super nice.
Yeah, and this is the exact build that Chelch used against me. He's dropped the Dark Shrine here. So he made it look like he was going into Glaive Adepts, when instead it is a DT build.
Yes. Now, very interesting for this. I believe the lair wants to start pretty much now for FIGARO. Oh, and there it goes.
And he does just as you say.
It's
classic casters per.
Yeah, well, it's going to still be tight. So I think 340 is about as late as you can get it, and the DTs will be in doing damage before the Overseer is morphed, but you can still save the third hatchery. But it's going to be tight. Roach Warrant is coming down as well. Again, pretty standard defensive play. So yeah, this
is building a Spore Pool as well. So
yeah, no, again, Spore Pool.
He at least has that. Even if he doesn't build an Overseer.
Yeah, this is a very blind defense, as we can see. FIGARO hasn't got that much vision. He's trying to see the War Prism popping out, and he is going to see the War Prism pop out. Gonna chase that immediately. Actually, like, was it SOS was doing hallucinated War Prisms around this time? He would send out a hallucinated War Prism just to mess with his opponent. Okay.
Yeah.
Lair has finished up. DT's coming in.
I believe FIGARO didn't scout the Twilight Council at all, right?
No, he didn't see anything.
He doesn't know this is coming, but I think he did see the DTs warping with his Ling, so he is able to put his units in a position to hold this off.
Absolutely. And yeah, like we say, the DTs were warped in. Maybe the build wasn't completely crisply executed by Chelch, because the Overseer was done with quite a few seconds to spare, or right on time, I should say. And FIGARO did also have that Overseer. Chelch is going to back down, take a third base, and go into Archon drop, which is a completely fine position to play from.
Yeah, obviously you would have liked to do some damage with those DTs, but at the end of the day, you can just, as he's done here, morph them into Archons, and then attempt to do further damage without the need for catching your opponent off guard. Yeah,
the DTs are a really nice thing, but the beauty of this build is that you don't have to kill them with the DTs. It's not in any way all in.
Yeah, Chelch is just happy to have these Archons. He can attempt to clear some creep, as he's doing now. Maybe shave off some units if he sees an opportunity. He's just able to put a load of map pressure with these Archons on the map.
Yes, and as we can see, FIGARO is morphing in the Ravagers, and he is getting a Baneling Nest, so it's likely to be that Roach Ravager Bane style. Very strong style. Very hard to attack into the Zerg as the Protoss player with this style.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think both players are in an okay position at the moment. FIGARO has obviously played this game super solidly so far, hitting everything at the right timing. But we'll see just which way FIGARO wants to take this game. Because obviously he's just on Roach Tech at the moment.
Yeah, and I was about to say no fourth base, but it has just gone down. As I was going to say that, the Hallucinated Phoenix does see the army moving out, but this is a fairly small army, this isn't a big all-in. And if he attacks into Chelch here, well, that's going to be a good trade for Chelch. But it looks like he's going to want to go for it. There's no banelings here or anything at all.
Yeah, I really don't think you can really push into this position as FIGARO, and he'll recognize that and turn around. Chelch just had too good a position up on the ramp.
Yeah, and I think actually when I played FIGARO at Epic Land, I think he did a similar thing to me, except that I actually died there. I tried to do a Stargate into Archon drop, and some then push just killed me flat out. So Chelch, a better player than me. Are we going to see some force fields? Yes, we are. The dance of force fields and biles coming in here.
Yeah, this army is actually pretty scary from Chelch now. Obviously, with ground weapons just completing. He's even mixed some DTs in the army, I think. Oh no, he's just using them to warp into an Archon. But even then, the army is something which FIGARO obviously has to be afraid of here. But with Baneling speed finishing up and Baneling's morphing in, I think he should be in a good position to hold any attack.
Chelch may have missed his window. I think he was checking for a fourth base there. But
yeah.
I don't think he's checked the other side. But it looks like we're going to have the engagement. Oh, some Biles getting off on the Zealots. Not killing them though. And Chelch, he hasn't seen this. He hasn't checked the alternative fourth base. Doesn't need to attack in here, and I don't think he should. Force fields are good though. Maybe he can take the engagement.
Yeah, but this concave is really scary from FIGARO. He's splitting his army onto both sides, so he gets a full engagement on the army, and I don't think it's something you really want to push into as a Chelch here. Especially with the Banelings on creep as well. This is not really a situation where you want to be fighting Banelings on creep. Even with if your force fields are good, still a really dangerous situation to be in.
Okay, well it looks like we're going to have the big engagement here, but force fields are really good driving out the army, but Banelings are coming in here. We've got Biles raining down over the force fields.
And almost all of Chelch's Zealots were shaved off there, with the Banelings that managed to just get through the force fields. We will warp in some more, but I think generally that went in FIGARO's favor.
Absolutely, and we do see, FIGARO's just holding on. He's got his fourth base. He's not too worried about anything. It looks like he's going to come in for the surround here, but good force fields. Going to be able to hold up that army.
Really
again,
nice force.
Shaves off a few units, but he's alright. Chelch not taking his own fourth base yet. No gases on the third either. Even though he is going for the Templar Archives. Okay, there he's adding on the gases on the third. Or he's queued them up at least. You have a Spine Crawler somewhere. A Spine Crawler in the fourth base for FIGARO. He's worried about Zealot run-by. He doesn't have a lot of vision on this left side. He does have a lot of vision.
Which is slightly worrying for Chelch at the moment, though, is FIGARO is building a bank and he is maxed out, whilst Chelch is only on 160 supply. So, and they also have this run by here in the third base location, shaving off 8 probes.
Oh, and that's going to be the trigger to go for it. Good force field to start off, but Banelings and Biles here. This is such a scary position to be in. Can he hold the door?
Ooh, the Baneling's going in, going on everything here. I think that should be the end of the game. What a brilliant engagement from FIGARO there.
Oh, poor boy. Again, wearing my bias on the sleeve. That was it wasn't a complete walkover game, but it was just those last few key decisions. The Roach run by when he was maxed out, FIGARO was maxed out, was a really smart move. And that just triggered Chelch to go for the engagement.
Yeah, I think he realised that he had to do damage at that opportunity, otherwise the game would have spiraled out of control. So I can't really fault Chelch for taking that fight at the end there, but he was in a kind of lose-lose position.
Yeah, I think he was sitting in the middle of the map for a while, and he really wanted to have that good engagement early on. And when you're in game like this. Suddenly, you think you've been there for 30 seconds, and it's actually been 2-3 minutes you've been standing out there, letting FIGARO get maxed, letting him do what he needs to do. Oh, Phoenix, you don't want to play against him, do you? No, I don't think so. All right, we'll just get the guys to race check once again, and we're going straight into the second game as long as no player requests a. Oh, good.
Yeah, our second map will be Ephemeron, and in PvZ, what do you think of Ephemeron as a map?
It's a really good map for either player. It can be. It has a lot of potential, large open areas for those big big surrounds. But Protoss can take a fourth and a fifth base somewhat easily. I found the actual like paths for Zergs to do run-bys and stuff are actually quite long, and you really have to defend. You know, if you have two observers in good position, you can actually see pretty much all the attack paths of Zerg on 5 bases. Which is really nice to get to. And yep, both players are just readying up. I'm going to turn the match history off, and we're going to go into game 2. What happens? Still have high hopes. That was a very clean and normal game. So we'll see if we're going to get the macro game that fell out. Each player feels each other out. Maybe something cheeky will happen now. Just gonna set the scores, make sure everything is good. And now we're gonna spawn into the bottom right. Taking the first map off of Chelch in this best of 3, it's FIGARO.
And in the top left-hand corner, down 1-0 in this series, it is Chelch. Needs to do something special to get himself back in here.
Yeah, maybe something cheeky. Maybe he can identify what went wrong that last game where he should have went for it, or whether, you know, maybe something slipped up in his own mind. He is still going to be opening Gateway, so nothing overly cheeky. FIGARO with the pull first, though. This is a fairly safe pull first. 17 pull on the high ground.
Yeah, I think this may be more of a protective pull first rather than an aggressive one. Probably just to defend against something like a cannon rush, which Chelch as a player is known to do every now and again.
Yep, he has a bit of a thing for it. Oh, straight for the pylon block. Okay, so I know that Chelch was aware of his opponent going into it, and we are aware that FIGARO plays quite a few pull first. He's quite comfortable playing that full pull first opening. So this was probably a predetermined reaction from Chelch. He probably knew that if he gets here at this time, there's no hatch, it's going to be a pull first, and he can block it without even scouting, even though he did then go in and scout.
Yeah, one thing which a lot of Zergs do is after having their hatch blocks, they go straight into an all-in. We saw Risky do it in his PvZ games on Monday when he was hatch blocked. So yep. I'll see if anything like that happens here from FIGARO.
Yeah, and T-Bull in that series did not look like he was expecting it. Didn't do the follow-up scout to check that the third hatch had gone down. And yeah, he ended up losing that map, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we have these 8 lings coming out here from FIGARO. The wall isn't fully up yet.
It'll be done. It'll be done.
So...
It'll be done.
It'll be done. There you go. Just in time, and the Protoss spared. But the issue is here. Is whether his cyber core is actually protected here.
Well, the cyber core
does manage to thread a wall.
Well, okay, so this shouldn't get too much damage done. This is very annoying for Protoss to deal with, but it shouldn't get too much damage done. But it does allow FIGARO to see the tech almost certainly.
Yeah, he will get a full scout off here on Chelch, so.
And the Stargate is on the low ground, but there is an Overlord seeing that anyway. So now it's just about can Chelch not lose any probes here. Keep his mining time reasonable.
You're actually putting the Stargate in the wall, which I might be wrong, but it seems rather unusual. You don't see that very often.
No, the main reason you don't see it very often is because you want to hide the tech. Protoss wants to hide the tech from the Zerg. But when Lings are in your main, he's going to see it either way. So you might as well get that full wall up, and if there's any more Lings coming across the map, you don't have to worry about this being super easy to run by. I think that is the logic there. FIGARO has gone into a fairly standard play after this. He's taken a third base at his natural, and is just getting Zergling speed, and he's pulled off, only leaving 1 on gas. So this doesn't look like any kind of all-in. Evo chamber. Ooh.
Yeah, one of the common response to Mass Phoenix is +1
+1 lings,
wins.
yes.
So that may be what he's thinking in this situation.
Yeah. We do have double adept coming across the map. Again, if a player opens pool first without a fast gas, you can always get in before Zergling speed is done. Zergling speed literally just finished, and I think Chelch saw that at the last second and he just managed to get out. Saving these 2 adepts is a big deal for taking your third. So, oh, he's going to go in again, but I think he's going to... Oh my god, I thought he was going to cancel it.
He finishes the shade. He will get some drone damage, but I'm not sure this is worth it overall. He's going to lose both adepts. And honestly, I'm not sure if it's totally worthwhile.
5 drones, Oracle coming out. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think because he's making an Oracle, he's going to be able to defend his third base with the Oracle. It's really about he didn't scout this Evo chamber. He doesn't know that +1 attack is on the way. So that could be an issue. And again, because these adepts aren't here, he really needs to build a shield battery to be safe.
Yeah, he should be able to defend this with his Oracle. Yeah, they'll come back home now. And FIGARO knows that he has to turn around here.
And again, this isn't entirely bad for Chelch, because ideally this Oracle gets across, it scouts to see if there's an all-in, but it also wants to get 1, maybe 2 drones. But he actually already got 5 drones with those adepts. So it ends up not being too bad a trade. He still uses some energy on the Oracle.
That is true, and rather worryingly, for the Zerg player, the Protoss player has a 11 drone lead, worker lead in this game, which is really huge.
That is actually a good point. And
as a Zerg player, you want to be generally ahead in drones in ZVP. So FIGARO is actually in quite a tough position here, which would make me believe that he might go for an all-in or something, since he's quite behind economically.
Well, he's caught up a little bit now. It's 50 versus 48. But generally at this stage of the game, at around 6 minutes, Zerg is normally ahead in workers by this point. He's going to take down the pylon. Oh, the Phoenix lives on the adept. And some sexy stuff.
That's a really cute move there from Chelch. I like that.
And he saves it again. This adept getting the ride of its life. A lot more lings are streaming across the map, and some roaches coming with this.
This definitely looks like he's gonna attempt to deny the third base here, or even just go in for the kill.
Oh, that might be a bit too bold.
Does Chelch actually have enough here to defend this?
He's chrono boosting a Void Ray out now, but I don't know if it's going to get out in time. Part of the problem putting the Stargate in the walls, it becomes very vulnerable. He has got some force fields to work with. He's got a War Prism to work with. This is Protoss's bread and butter in these situations. Don't panic.
I'm not convinced that Chelch actually has enough to hold this off.
How many gateways?
Especially with the surround on the sentries.
He's got an Amor coming out.
The units will go down.
He's still at. Oh, there's the GG. Oh. Unfortunate 2-0 there. I think we were all hoping to see.
Yeah, a nice reactive all-in from FIGARO there. I really like the timing on that. He realized that he was behind in workers, and that he had taken a chance to attack by killing those adepts. So he took his chance.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Well, so FIGARO was the favourite going through, and he will advance to the winners match, which will be played after the next best of 3. Assuming the next best of 3 is ready, which I believe it is. Where's the UK chat? B. And the next players will be RazerBlader versus Eiger. Now, we all know and love our boy RazerBlader. He's, like I say, a darling within the UK scene. Gone to a lot of epic lands. I think most people would know who he is. But Eiger, do we know much about him? Phoenix, do you know anything about him?
Not a huge amount, actually. He's a bit of an unknown for me. Obviously, he's an Irish player, so I haven't interacted with him hugely. He hasn't been to lands or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he's obviously a strong player, being able to make it through quite a stacked qualifier process to even get into this league. So I'm excited to see him play today.
Yeah, do you know, I'm putting you on the spot here, but do you know what players he took out in order to get to the qualifiers?
I don't believe so, but I can look for you.
If you could, while we're just getting the players to set up and do the vetoes here, that would be much appreciated. Okay, let's have a quick look here. And so far, no upsets in the UKSC2 Group D. We have got both players on.
Yeah, quite some nice games there from FIGARO overall.
Exactly. He's, like that, very strong player for a reason. And he did show that here today. Again, it's kind of unfortunate that series didn't completely show Chelch's abilities.
Yeah, so Eiger, in the qualifying process, took out Chelch 2-0 and Dalton 2-1.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, again, Chelch 5k Protoss, Dalton 5k Zerg.
yeah.
Both very decent players. Dalton actually took me out of one of the qualifiers. I attempted to get in here and I did not get it. So yeah, very interesting, very strong bracket. Decent players coming through. Now, again, Dalton, Chelch, good players. They ain't no RazerBlader though. So again, it's gonna be. I think he is gonna have a uphill struggle with this match. But it's gonna be Nightshade first. Second pack map. I don't know how I mistyped that. Let's go, Razer. A lot of love in the chat for Razer.
Yeah, obviously one of the fan favorites in the UK scene. Generally regarded as the second player, best player, and doing us proud on the international stage.
Exactly. Okay, looks like we are just going to get the players into the lobby. RazerBlader with the diamond border at the moment.
Yeah. Usually a Grandmaster player, obviously, but the ranks at the moment seem to be a bit messy. I'm sure Blizzard will fix it rather quickly, though.
Yeah. We're just waiting for the players to both be ready here. Okay, they are. This is going to be a Terran vs Protoss on Nightshade. Get ready, we are loading in to the map. I need to have some dramatic music playing now. The old IEM camera zoom spin around on the players. We do not have that. We are not that high budget here. And the players.
There's a bit banter between the players in the lobby about Eiger having to play a diamond player here.
Ooh, the trash talk begins early on. We'll see if that confidence goes into the first match, because he has got to be our Terran boy here from Red Dragons. It's RazerBlader.
And in the top left-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss. It is Eiger.
There you go. Interesting. Eiger not opting for the Reaper wall on this map. It is very awkward to do. I personally don't like it. He's going to go for the pylon next to his gas. A bit quicker, a bit more efficient. And into that gateway. And again...
Yeah, RazerBlader generally is a very standard player, so I expect to see just standard 1-1-1 play from him. He can mix in a proxy 2 racks every now and again, but it's not often that he does it.
Yeah, certainly in the mindset, Razer has played at a lot of tournaments. He's a best of 3, best of 5 player, so he knows what it takes and he can whack out different builds depending on what he needs. And again, I expect this first match might again just be a fairly standard macro game just to feel out the other player. Some nice supply depot micro there to delay the probe a little bit, but he's going to mineral harass. So again, both players go ahead, looking pretty try-hard at the start of this match.
You just Reaper expand away from the Terran player, and then the standard Nexus core from the Protoss.
Yep, very safe and very standard from both players. Probe sees everything. Razer has not yet to scout, but that's again pretty standard. He will be sending the Reaper straight across the map to see what his opponent is doing. So, again, everything completely standard here. Protoss has a few options from this point. Generally, Twilight Council is like the main all-round. You can get Blink pretty early, which is safe versus most things. Or you can go Stargate if you want, or even Robo. They are all options. Is going to be the Adept as first unit out of the gateway. Again, very standard. Nothing super surprising so far. Fast Factory and a Reactor out of Razer with a bunker. Again, super standard, super safe. There's that Twilight Council. Is Razer going to see it? Yeah, he sees it.
He definitely sees it. Obviously, I think Eiger's just opting for that Glaive Adept play, which is also popular at the moment. I've seen players like Parting have great success with it on ladder.
Oh, you think he's going to go for Glaives, do you?
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, I think it's going to be Blink, but we'll see. The Glaives are
great. He is chronoing out Stalker now, so potentially.
Could be just the bait. That's the very standard play. Could be mind gaming him right here. Yeah,
there's you're correct. It is Blink. I apologize.
You don't have to apologize. You made a call. And I made the opposite call just because one of us had to be right. Or it was a charge build, you know.
In which case, both of us would be.
Okay, well, we are seeing the Adept go across the map. This is pretty normal. He's going to try and get some scouting information. He's going to see if he can see the setup of the units. He is going to get in and see those Hellions. If he was paying attention, he would have seen those Hellions immediately. And he cancels the Shade, and I think he did see the Hellions because he stepped away from it. Yeah, there's the wall going down. If these Hellions get into your natural main, it can be a very bad time. So Eiger playing very smart, getting that wall off, reacting to his opponent, respecting what RazerBlader is doing.
Actually, a Raven from RazerBlader. You don't see that often. But RazerBlader has managed to get 2 Hellions into the main base of the opponent here.
Oh.
How many walkers will go down?
Any is a lot in this situation. Ooh. Looks like it's only going to be 3. Maybe you can get a 4th. Yeah, there's the 4th. Oh, the 5th.
I think potentially 5.
Oh, the 6th. Go for it. Oh, the 7th.
My lord. Huge damage out of RazerBlader here in the main base.
Yeah.
Not only does he get that, he gets a full scout on his opponent's tech as well.
Yeah, and those were throwaway units. Well, maybe not throwaway units, but those were units that looks like there's going to be a follow-up push with the Raven. And that follow-up push does not rely on those 2 Hellions being there. So those Hellions got a lot of damage. Eiger is going to try and take the 3rd base, which I don't know if that's the... Well, he's confident in his macro to catch back up against RazerBlader. That's what this is saying. I think myself or certain other players would have seen that and gone, no, I'm going to all in from this point. But no, Eiger, he wants to stick to his game, and sometimes you got to stick to your guns.
Yeah, I mean, economically he's behind, but there's still the worker difference is only 3. Although that can be misleading in PvP, obviously, since the Terran does have mules, which significantly boosts his economy.
Absolutely. Eiger trying to be... Oh, go on, yeah.
Yeah, I think Eiger's looking for some kind of harassment here, but obviously that Raven denies the Observer sieging up in a location where the Stalkers can blink into the main base.
Ooh, and a blink on the Raven. He's going to try and get some damage off on that. That's nice. Again, this dance between the Raven and the Observer can be quite tricky, but the tank defending the natural. The Razer is locked down, but I don't see a 3rd CC out of Razer.
No, not yet.
This +1 timing attack, along with the 7 probes that were lost, I'd be very scared for Eiger. If I was Eiger, I'd be very scared at this moment. It's like, I haven't seen that 3rd base. That's really what you want to confirm before you get your gases and go into your splash.
And Eiger is starting Colossus tech here. That robotics bay did go down, so Colossus, obviously, if he has enough time to get a few out, they're incredibly powerful against these bio units, but I'm not sure if RazerBlader will give him the time to get enough out for this defense.
Yeah, this is going to be a very hard hold, and well, there's no racks 4 or 5, so I don't know if this is completely all in. I think Razer can take a 3rd CC behind this, but
yeah, I think that might be his intention, but whether the attack will do enough damage anyway will be seen, since there's a huge amount of units on the map here for RazerBlader.
Okay, he is trying to buy time with the blink, which is something you need to do, but he doesn't really have enough Stalkers to one-shot a Marauder. And if you can't one-shot the Marauders, you have to it's quite hard to slow this push down. The Raven's going to come in, sees that there's one Colossus, interference matrix, and gets the Dorito dust off on the army.
Really, really nice.
And Razer doesn't even care about fighting the army. He's going to go for the...
He's just going for the tech. The second Colossus will be denied, and 2 gateways will go down. And RazerBlader, you can't push into this position as Eiger. He has such strong position on the high ground that I'm not sure what he can do in this situation.
Oh, Wintermine splash all over the army, and Eiger taps out. Oof.
Yeah, I think Eiger, he was unlucky, obviously, to have those Hellions go into his main base, and from there, it's going to be an extremely difficult game.
Yep, it is. And that's what we said, like, and again, I wonder if RazerBlader adjusted his strategy on the fly there. Saw that he got the Hellions in and thought, right, I don't have to take a fast 3rd CC. I know I can hit this timing push and kill my opponent. We someone's requesting to join the party. I don't know if that's... Wait, was he not in the party before? Okay, well, we have all our players. The second map is going to be Triton. So again, a classic map that is now moved out of the map pool, but we are playing on the old maps for just today.
Yeah, in the round of 8 onwards, we will have the new map pool, but would have been a bit unfair to put the tournament straight into the new map pool when most players have hardly played any games this season.
Yeah, and the previous groups were played on the old map pool as well. Okay, Razor is ready before anything else. Eiger needs a race check, which he does. Just waiting on... Now we're just getting a colour issue sorted because one's teal and one's blue. TY. Eiger's ready. Now both ready. We're going to go into map number 2 on Triton. Rumour has it that if you say GLHF before Razer, he goes on Megatil. I don't know if Eiger's going to have seen that in the chat before this game, but we'll see if he comes out with the super fast GLHF.
Is this the strategy you need to defeat RazerBlader?
Apparently so. While I mess up the scoreboards, here we go. Oh, and look at that in the chat. GLHF from RazerBlader before Eiger. Well, he's on fire, this man. This man in the bottom right, who goes by the in-game tag, RazerBlader. And
in the top left-hand corner, we have the Irish Protoss player. It is Eiger.
Whoa, zoom. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be a tough one. I think he's got to dig deep at this point. That first game isn't gonna have felt good, but you've got to know at this point that got to have a game plan going into the series. Even if you drop the first map, to come in and be able to pick yourself up and play a decent game. He probably thinks that maybe if he didn't lose those 7 probes, he could have held that push. And he might just go for the same game plan, or he might have something planned. I'm hoping he has something cheeky planned.
Yeah, those +1 timings are always something which you have to be wary of RazerBlader, because he's so crisp as a player, and his macro is so good. Once he hits those timings, they're usually right on time. It's very difficult to defend.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of high-level play, it's kind of a mathematic given that if you lose that many probes and the push is executed reasonably, that a Protoss player can't hold it. I don't think it came down to any micro trick or positioning. I think it didn't go well for Eiger, but I think it was never going to be an easy one to win there. Probe might actually get out of this base. It does on just 3 hit points.
Yeah, it's obviously unlucky there for RazerBlader, but he does manage to see the probe off eventually, which is the main thing he needed from there.
Interesting. So Eiger went Cybercore before Nexus, but looks like his second pylon was a bit delayed, so he can't actually build the unit immediately. This is normally if you go Cyber before Nexus, you have to get the pylon immediately so you can get a faster gateway unit. I hope that doesn't affect his plan too badly. He might just be on a bit of edge from the last game. He's just got to...
I think this Reaper might finally get that probe from the other side of the map. He might get a second one here, and he'll see the Twilight going down as well. So obviously really nice from RazerBlader. He might even get a third probe here. Yeah, and this is just not a good start from Eiger this game.
Yeah, this is unfortunately the again if you go Cybercore before Nexus, but for like that pylon is delayed, you might as well have gone Nexus before Cybercore. So really unfortunate situation. Oh, doesn't even get that probe. Does finally get on top of the Reaper, which is going to force it out of the base. But again, Razer's going to be feeling good about those 5 kills there.
Yeah, really nice from RazerBlader. Obviously, super unfortunate for Eiger to lose that many, and it's of the last game. It's really not the kind of position you want to be in.
Absolutely. We do have the Reaper going around for its second route. Now, normally a Stalker is out, yeah, and the Stalker is out. So he's going to see the Robo. This is a very standard blink into Robo. He's going to add on 2 more gates very shortly, I imagine. Whilst a Razor is getting a Stargate. Looks like it's going to be a Widowmine drop. That's what he's setting up for here. The Adept Shade is going to come in, but is he going to see it? He's going to need to let the Shade finish to see the Widowmine.
Unfortunately for Eiger there. Well, this is obviously the kind of thing that can be game-ending if he gets a really good connection on the mineral line.
Yeah, well,
so we'll see just how much damage he's able to do with this.
Well, Eiger might be able to tell from the Marine count. You can tell that this is a reacted barracks and just 1 barracks, and there's no Marauders or anything, so it's not going to be like a 3 racks, which does limit the ability, limit the possibility of what it could be. Ooh, the Reaper did go down to the Stalker over here, which is nice.
Yeah, that's really nice, actually, denying any further scouting that the Reaper might have done. And the hope here for Eiger is that this Stalker can maybe spot the medevac just before it comes in.
Well, generally you want to be positioned in your mineral lines if you're expecting it. He has only got 2 Stalkers at the minute. You really want 5 here. 5 Stalkers, 2-shot medevacs.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's expecting this at all, though, since his scouting was denied.
Gonna see it.
And he will see it. And he pulls the probes nicely. Yeah, that's very nicely done from Eiger there. Will minimize his losses.
Oh, nice. Well, only 2 probes, but a lot of lost mining time. And again, combined with the 5 probes earlier, it's a total of 7 probes having gone down. Which seems to be Raz's favourite number for killing probes here.
Yeah, it looks very likely you could see a repeat of the last game, especially with the similar type of timing coming up here for RazerBlader, with +1 halfway down.
Yeah, 3 barracks again. He's getting... So again, very standard out of the Widowmine drop to do a 3 racks push and take a 3rd behind it. So it would not surprise me if that's what's going to come here. And I have lost many a time to RazerBlader's 3 racks push after Widowmine drop. And that's from taking no damage. But Eiger is a better player than me.
There are some units posturing outside of the natural base here for Eiger. Maybe just a spot.
Yeah, he doesn't
Because I don't think those 4 Stalkers can really do anything in this situation. But
yeah, he has got an Observer, but I don't think he's looking to blink in. He is going to go for the Colossus tech again. To try and hold. That's going to be his tech of choice to try and hold this. Which means he's only going to go up to about 5 gateways, sorry. And going to be really relying on it. But this 3rd base in Triton can be attacked from 2 angles. So depending on which way Razer comes and whether Eiger can scout it in time, it's going to be difficult. But I don't even think there's going to be more than 1 Colossus out by the time this push hits.
yeah, Exo, I don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit of deja vu here. 7 probes going down on the Protoss side, and now trying to hold it off with 1 Colossus. Seems the same kind of game to me.
I'm having flashbacks.
Will there be a different result?
Well, no is the answer. But we will see as RazerBlader comes in here. The Colossus getting caught out immediately. Force field's going down, and again Razer going to opting to kill the tech. Whilst his units just like splash the Stalkers, and GG is called. Boom.
Yeah, 2 almost identical games coming out there from RazerBlader. Obviously, with the only difference being the winner mine drop between them.
Yeah, and it's a scary match. Razor, as you say, he's a very clean. Even though he's standard, he's very clean at hitting those timings.
Yeah, I've died many times to that push as a Zerg player, and I'm sure you could say the same on your Protoss.
I've got first-hand experience with Raza, and it is as scary as it looks. Yeah, Eiger acknowledging that he went supply, he got supply blocked, and I think again he was really feeling it that game after the pressure in the first game. He is not out of the group just yet. He does go to the lower match where he's going to now face Chelch, so we're going to be seeing that PvP very shortly, but not before the winners match. Phoenix, who do we have in the winners match?
We have RazerBlader versus FIGARO.
Exactly. A match I'm looking forward to. These two have a lot of history, actually.
Yeah, they're both veterans of the scene. Both been playing at LAN for years now, so...
Yes, and again, I don't want to tip the scales or say anything or make a cast a curse. That'd be epic. But I don't think RazerBlader has ever lost a series to FIGARO. Not 100% sure. I know he's dropped maps. They've had a few close 3-2 maps, actually, at Epic LAN. But I don't know if they've ever... if Raza has actually dropped a series to him. I'm going to get FIGARO in here so we can start the map vetoes. If I knew how to do all this, which I do. And yes, Raza gets first pick. Oh, where's FIGARO gone? There he is. Let's invite to party. The stream has now caught up, so we're not spoiling it for him. Kick Eiger from the pie. You have been evicted from the Big Brother house, as they say.
Not quite evicted from the group just yet, though.
That is actually very true. Yes, he's actually left. Own thing. And FIGARO is in. So we're just going to be getting the map vetoes from these two players. I assume they know how to do it. As a first. As he is the favourite seated player. And he's going to veto World of Sleepers first. Very good Zerg map. And again, it's now out of the map. It is out of the map pool?
Yeah, it is out of the map.
I haven't played on it yet, but I don't know if it was actually out of the map pool yet. So yeah, very good Zerg map. FIGARO's going to veto Zen. Again, nobody seems to like Zen, but it's FIGARO's first pick.
I mean, like I said before, FIGARO, I think he's just vetoing the map which he doesn't play. Because in a tournament match, you don't want to be forced into a map that you want to play.
Exactly. Sometimes you just don't have a build for that map, and it's like a little bit weird, and you just don't want to even consider the possibilities of it. And sometimes, you know, you got 2 vetoes. It's the best of 3. You can pretty much reliably you can reliably never have to play on that map if you really don't like it. So good stuff. We've got some banter going on in chat, but we'll leave that to the mysteries of the pie chat. And have they both vetoed 2 maps? Am I messing up here? No, it's the
Yes.
Have they? What's the first
They
map?
Just,
Oh yeah. FIGARO's vetoed Zen and Nightshade, and Raza vetoed World of Sleepers and Similacron. So basically, the Ephemeron Eternal Triton map pool, which is really what this UKSC2 tournament has been played on, is continuing. We are going to get to see Eternal come up now, though. Nearly went to hit ladder there. We don't do that, so we're going to hit Eternal Empire. What we're going to get out of this one. The players are race checking right now, which are going to let them get ready up.
Do we need to confirm the second map?
Oh yes, hang on. Map. The players are both saying. Give him a few more seconds. Okay, fuck it, we're gonna go. Pardon my language. I don't know if I can swear on this cast. But hey, we're past the watershed. No, we're not past the watershed. It's 8 PM. Whew. Apologies
Yeah.
to any
You're gonna get banned, evicted from the cast Exo.
Well, Volt has been looking to get rid of me for some time. He's waiting for me to slip up. Alright, well, the first map between these two is going to be on Eternal Empire. We are now loading into the map. I'm going to do that to make the things nice. Make it a best of 3. I don't know if I updated the scores last game. Well, we don't know now, but what I do know is that spawning up in the top right, it is the purple player. TSI's FIGARO.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran from Red Dragons. It is RazerBlader.
Nice.
The color is on brand.
Oh, yeah, on brand. The Red Dragon.
Obviously, the newly formed Red Dragons team, which has just signed RazerBlader. So,
yes.
I believe this is his first tournament representing the new team.
Yes, I suppose so. I suppose so. And again, everything super standard out these two. Hatch, gas pool, I imagine. And sort of thing like that. Yes, I believe Razer will be also representing the Red Dragons, of which we are not totally biased because we are both part of, at the next Epic LAN as well. Which should be happening in July if coronavirus doesn't ruin everything.
Yeah.
Got to stick to that possibility. Okay, what do we do see here? Again, nothing outstanding happening so far. What do we expect? Do you have you? I know these two players have a lot of history, but I haven't actually seen many of their games. I think I've only seen one series. So, do you have any expectations? Any insight here, Phoenix?
Well, I would expect if anyone's going to cheese in this game, it would be FIGARO, since RazerBlader is usually a straight edge player in most of his games. Not that he's incapable of throwing in cheese, because I know he is.
Yep.
But he usually, the only really times I've seen him do it is against Risky, and that may be because he has to do things like that against Risky, since they've played each other so many times in the past.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, Risky and FIGARO are IRL friends, I believe, so be interesting. Oh, this SCV is going to get the block on the third. FIGARO hiding a drone over there, hoping to sneak it down, but Razer on that.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, actually. Usually, if you hide a drone, you want to be able to beat that SCV, but
yeah, it's not going to be too much. Not too much lost mining time in the grand scheme of things. And again,
his group is just being a little bit annoying.
Yeah. Very good.
Will he get a wing? Doesn't look like he'll get a wing. Really nice micro death.
Yeah, will he get the first creep tumor? That's often... Oh no, it's going to be an inject. Okay, an inject first is interesting. Yeah, no creep tumors with the first energy. Some players... That sometimes signals like a ling all in, but oh, fast layer as well. Yeah, I think FIGARO has something planned here. Now that his third base has been denied, it looked like he genuinely wanted to take that. But I think he's adapting on the fly.
That's surprising to me, especially since the SCV did move away like a few seconds afterwards. So he definitely could have taken that third base if he wanted to, but
yeah,
since he's not taken one now, it's definitely all-in territory here.
Yeah, I think it ends up being one of those things where if you don't move the drone back, the Reaper is going to come and snipe it.
Yeah.
So I think he just wanted to be safe with the drone. But yes, Razer getting confirmation. Let's see how that's affecting his build. Looks like he's just doing standard 1-1-1. He is going to get a Phoenix, a Banshee potentially.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a safe response here. You don't want anything like a Viking is totally useless in this situation. So.
Exactly. Now, what is FIGARO going to go for? He's got a drone sitting there ready. What's it going to become? It's going to be a Spire. Okay.
2-base Mutalisk play then, potentially, out of FIGARO here. He does drop the third base now, but
yeah,
whether that's a fake or anything? Or
no, I don't. I mean, this is kind of like 2.5 base kind of stuff. It might not be completely all in, but the idea, I believe, is that the Spire is going to catch him off guard enough that it will do damage and it will make up for any economic situation. Two-base spy has been more popular recently against mech in particular, and ooh, it's going to be a battle cruiser now. Did that Banshee actually get out? I wasn't paying attention. No, it looks like he cancelled it.
I don't believe so. I think he did cancel the Banshee in the end there.
Yeah, he probably ran in, saw the third, and knew that he was safe from any sort of roach all in. So did that again. Very good reactive play here, respecting his opponent. Double engineering bay behind it though, so it does look like it's going to be into bio. We'll see what happens when this first thing comes out. Still no drones on the third. That's got to be suspicious for Razer. But I don't think he's clicked as what it actually is yet. And it actually
I think he might have an idea, but it's always hard to tell.
Well, if he warps this BC straight across the map, it could be in trouble. Where's that BC? Okay, there it is. He does have a third CC, and he's got a decent amount of infrastructure, and he is going into bio. So I don't think he's going to die or anything like that. But if he warps this BC across, that could be a dead BC. Mutants are coming out. Does he see it? Okay, he did have a glimpse of vision for a second there, but did he actually see it?
He has kept the BC at home. So
missile turrets going down.
He definitely has an idea of what's going on here.
Seeing at the last possible second to be able to get anything out of it. Okay, there you go.
And in general, I think that's pretty well defended from RazerBlader.
Yeah.
We even get an Overlord for his trouble, and I believe it was only one SCV that went down.
Yeah. Not the damage that FIGARO was hoping for, but it still allowed him a bit of freedom. It's meant that that BC hasn't jumped across the map. He has able to be droned up back up to 60, which is a reasonable drone count. He's getting baneling speed, so he's made the read that this has gone into bio, because otherwise you wouldn't get baneling speed, and we probably won't see any more muters out of him for the time being. Fourth base coming down as well. So FIGARO not panicking. He knows how to play out of this.
Yeah, well, from this situation you can obviously transition into Ling Bane user anyway, which is generally pretty standard for Zergs, so it's not the end of the world for sure.
Absolutely. He's kept all these mutants alive so far, but there are now Widow Mines on the field as well. Widow Mines, very good versus the Mutiling Bane style. So we'll see how heavily that ends up being committed to. Ooh. But, Muters picking off rallying SCVs and rallying mines.
We might even get a medevac here, which is really nice.
And this is the difference between good players and great players, you know, being able to control this whilst staying at home and not losing anything. He still hasn't lost any muters. He is gearing up for a big Ling Bane attack coming into the third. And there's not that much here to defend it. Hellbats are here, but they don't do very well versus the Banelings.
Nice, but the Banelings, I don't think he has an answer for them.
This is a scary moment. Oh, some pre-splits on that.
Ooh.
Okay, but now the secondary army is coming through here, and there's still some Lings ravaging the mineral line.
Yeah, and he even gets a nice surround on his Marines here, and he will put all of them.
Oh, and the depots load!
There's just not a lot left at all here for RazerBlader, actually, and FIGARO is doing huge economic damage to his opponent.
Absolutely, we'll see if he can hold. He's got repairing SCVs going at it. This is looking really uncomfortable, though.
I think this is game-ending damage here for FIGARO. I'm just not sure RazerBlader is going to be able to get the reinforcements out in time to hold this off. And even if he does, the follow-up push could be incredibly scary from FIGARO.
Well, FIGARO is holding... He's making a few drones, but he's mostly holding down that Zergling key. And again, this looks so difficult to hold. The battle cruiser.
Nice Widowmine connection in the end there, but
the battle cruiser's been putting in absolute work with 33 kills. These Widowmines still going off. Got Marines running around. Oof! What a timing from FIGARO. That was looks like that caught Razer completely off guard. He does still have a bunch of units sitting out here. Apparently I forgot to put Game Heart on. Yes. So my apologies for that. I have been meaning to do that. I don't think I've done that with any other series. My apologies to Bel Air. I did notice there was no work account popping up, seeing how many had been killed. We can see with the units lost tab that it was 32 SCVs that went down there.
Well, huge amounts of damage being done there from FIGARO. That's such a nice timing. He just saw it a window of opportunity and he took it. +1 flyer attacks and +1 carapace just about to finish up here for FIGARO, with +2/+2 on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and
he's putting some 4s out now to just stop the Mutalist once and for all.
Yeah, and he's now scanning to see if there's a hive, I imagine. Like, I suppose it's going to come down to this, maybe a 2-2 timing push. The Razer's going to have to try and make happen. And again, Terran, very strong race. 2-2 upgrades are going to be here before any 2-2 of Zerg is going to be done. So, there's maybe a potential to do some damage there.
Yeah. Another issue is, though, there is the 3 bases of Terran to the 5 of the Zerg. So,
yeah, that's very true.
I think this 2-2 attack will have to be game winning.
Yes,
otherwise.
It's going to be the almost all in. Or actually all in. Not many other words for it. We'll see if he has a game plan to go into any sort of later tech, but I don't think he really can. Yeah, look, there's the big move out. It's starting to come across the map. FIGARO hasn't spotted this yet, but the Mutants are now flying back, so they might get a glimpse of it. Yeah, they do. I think he saw enough there to know that this is like a big move out. There is a Ling counterattack sitting in the bottom right, waiting to run into that third, but Raz has actually left that somewhat defended. Now he's going to go in for the big attack on the front, scanning, getting this creep clear up. Bailing speed done, but not getting the connections needed just yet. He has all the time in the world to buy here, though.
He's splitting his Marines very nicely on creep. He needs to be really cautious here not to be caught out by his Banelings. And FIGARO here will attempt to surround him from both angles now.
Yeah, the big Ling run by has come back home, and he's going to get us around. Big
Is
Widowmine
there
going
enough
off.
here? No, it doesn't look like it at all. Huge fight from FIGARO there. Picks up everything on the other side of the map. And I think that may be the end of this push.
It might be the end of the push, indeed. Oh, big Widowmine hit. Starting to get something nice done. But yeah, this is a very difficult position. He does save a single Thor.
Yeah, he's a battlecruiser as well, which he left on the other side of the map. And he's attempting to do damage on the 5th, but I believe it will be picked off. Does it have jump available?
It does have jump on. And it's got 47 kills. Absolute hero unit sitting out here. He's seen it all.
Yeah, I think it's one of the only reasons you survived the earlier attack was having that battlecruiser help.
Yeah, just
on the
that
map.
constant DPS damage.
Yeah, and there's the Ultralisk cavern coming out from FIGARO here, and +2/+2 just about to finish up. So we were looking at potentially another window where massive damage could be done with these Ultras out.
Oh, is that BC? The hero BC is finally going to go down. Oh, it
yes,
does.
It does. Finally.
It costs a lot of mutas.
Of 5 mutas, I believe.
FIGARO's lost 27 mutas in this game and 181 Zerglings. Terrifying numbers. This Ultra Cavern is in a really precarious position as well. But we ain't going to be too worried about that.
Yeah, but even just looking at the supplies, FIGARO's about 40 supplies ahead, and he has a bit of a bank working up on him, so...
Yeah, I mean,
he definitely has a commanding lead in this game. 40 Banelings in production as well.
Yeah, and typically he's going to look to not kill Razer with the next push necessarily, but he's going to be able to trade out the supply to go into that more late game army with the Ultras, possibly some Vipers.
I think on the Link Bane, the wall is just down here. He should be able to get straight into the natural base and destroy everything on the mineral line. Even gets into the third as well. It forces a lift up there.
Oh, the frame rate dropping as well. You see not being able to handle this. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Razer is really holding on for dear life at this point. And I've got to be thinking, you know, because sometimes it is, you know, he took a bad fight earlier this game. It might be the time to accept that maybe, you know what, didn't get this game and go into the next one. But Razer is hanging on in there. No 4th base either. And no third base either.
Oh, the third. He didn't repair the third base, which was
Oh.
burning down after lifting it up. That's just a micro mistake there from RazerBlader. I don't think he saw it potentially, or I don't know what happened there.
Well, if he wasn't all in before, this is actually Terran all in. Oh, the Banes just
the
come
Banelings
rolling
are just
in.
rolling, destroy absolutely everything here. There's a 4 and a few Marines left, but I'm not sure it's enough.
I think, oh, counterattack, Ling run by happening on this base, and Raz are really fighting for this, but yeah, oh, another big engagement. Just too much going on. FIGARO in too many places. And
could we be seeing the beginning of the of an
game 1 going to FIGARO, yeah. Well, this has been the tournament of upsets. There's been a lot of upsets in the UKSC2 league, with Gamer Richie going out in Group A. In Group B, who was it that went out in Group B?
Johnny Rico.
Johnny Rico, who was like the favourite of that group.
One of the favourites for the tournament, even, let's say.
Yeah. There has been a few upsets. Yeah, FIGARO. So FIGARO picks second map, and we'll get loaded into that, and we'll make sure WCS Game Heart is on. It's going to be Ephemeron. Yeah, with Mod Game Heart. There we go. He's sobering first match there. Raz seemed very high spirit. He wanted to keep fighting, so maybe we're just waiting for both players to be ready. And make sure Raz is ready before we go. He is ready. Let's go. Yeah, no matches. Oh, right, yeah. So into game 2. Not sure what to expect out of this. FIGARO in game set point to go out of this group in first place.
Yeah, which would be a huge upset here, especially considering RazerBlader has to be one of the favourites for this one.
Absolutely. Oh, and I've even set the scoreboard wrong. There's my bias showing. But taking that first map, spawning in the bottom right corner, it is TSI's FIGARO. Shaky cam work there.
And in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran representing the red dragons. It is RazerBlader.
Gotta dig deep and pull it back now, boys. He knows what's on the line. He's a tournament player.
Yeah, one thing which I can say about Razer is that I'm not sure he'll be too phased by that loss, because he's not someone who I think is generally gets tilted or things like that.
And again, we see pull first in the second game on Ephemeron. FIGARO likes to go for this pull first style. Which again, probably just a safe build. He knows, like I say, him and Risky are friends, and there is a lot of meta gaming potentially, and he knows Raza has the ability to proxy 2 racks well. So this pull first, it keeps him safe from that. And we'll see.
Yeah, especially against Terran, a Zug player wouldn't really pull first into aggression as you're like aiming, busting with it or something. Because obviously those Lings aren't going to do a huge amount against the wall with a Terran player.
Yeah, I don't think this is for early Lings. Well, he's making 6 Lings actually.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's mostly, you can maybe attempt to deny the natural if you, want to, but
we do see that SCV scout coming out again for Raza. It's going to see the Lings nice and early, and it immediately reacts. He's not too worried. I'm sure he has his reaction already set in stone and knows exactly what he wants to do about this. Does check for the third base, but obviously that's not going to be there in this scenario. Reaper stays at home.
What you could do with this pull first is obviously you force the Reaper at home, so it could be a disguise for an all-in. I doubt it is in this situation.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, bunker going down, and you know what? Raz is just going to respect this. Got the sixlings smattered across 2 different areas, and the Overlord can see the Reaper. Looks like Raza faked the move out possibly to see if it would bait the lings in. And oh, but now he actually moves out, and the lings are coming in.
That's one of the advantages of having the lings, but even then, the bunker should be absolutely fine here. The worry would be whether he could slip it into the main base.
Absolutely. Raza scouts, sees that there's no thing, and there's trying to get. Oh no!
Oh, he does get into the main base.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Should be able to get the reactor as well. That's the worst case scenario here for RazerBlader.
Oh, I've done that like once or twice with the Adept Shade getting under the transferring thing, but
yeah, and I'll get the Marine as well, which is not what you want. Although there is another one out now, so it shouldn't get any damage done, but obviously he gets a full scout here. He does get a little bit of damage done. In general, it's just really nice from FIGARO.
Yeah, FIGARO on fire in this series. Everything's going well for him today. But he hasn't won this yet. He's still got to play out. Still only on 2 bases, only just taking his 3rd base now. So there's not going to be a lot of pressure coming from Raza. But FIGARO wasn't in the ability to just drone up to 70. So he can't take full advantage of the damage that he was able to get done there, necessarily. He's going up to 4 gases over the 2 bases, and he's got that lair, so this could be another Spire play. It worked last game. See if he can do it again. The Reaper does get in. He's going to see the lair. I'm going to check to see if he saw that finish up or not. No, it was still morphing, so he didn't see it quite finish, but even seeing the lair at that time, he knows that, and the late 3rd base, he knows there's going to be something going on there.
Well, he's a Hydra Lieutenant here from FIGARO, so it's not the Spire play like last game, but it's still something which could be used to counter that battle cruiser. He didn't see the fusion core go down, but I think it would be reasonable to assume that Raza was going for a fusion core again in this game.
Yeah, it's a very standard Terran opening nowadays. Yeah, he's going for that. He's going for the range first, which implies it's more of a defensive play. Generally, Hydralisk speed you'd get first if you want to get across the map or worried about retreating away from units. But if you're going to stay on creep, getting the attack range first is the better option generally. Raza's going to get here and get a bit of a break by denying this creep. There's a little bit of something. He's going to come round and see the 3rd. 11 Hydras on the way. That's a lot of Hydra. Just checking at home, there's no siege tank production because he's just continued Hellions. It's going to be Hellion battlecruiser to try and hold this. He is getting in and getting a drone on the 3rd base there. Only the 1 drone. Hydra's pooling in the middle of the map here. Some are stepping forwards. I don't know if these should be stepping this far forwards yet. Oh, he's trying to catch the Hellions. Oh, okay. Well, Raza sees it now. He knows what he's up against. Is he able to muster a potential defense? Battlecruiser has gone straight across the map. Got 6 drones kills.
Yeah, actually really nice damage here from RazerBlader. 8 Germans going down the end there.
But you know what he doesn't have at home?
A battlecruiser.
A battlecruiser. Well, much of anything actually. Still producing Hellions, which are
just quite scary. The Hellions are nice and they're doing damage on the other side of the map, but they will be picked off in the end.
He's trading them out for Lings, which might be an alright.
And he has to pull all the SCVs here, but that just means there's way more that could go down at the end of the day.
Armory finishes up and a Hellbat is out. Battlecruiser is all the way across the map. It's not going to be in this fight at all. More Hellbats popping out. Mass repair on that bunker. And he might hold. Oh, the teleport back home, and FIGARO signals the retreat.
And there's a siege tank here to defend as well, so Raza should be able to hold on.
Alright, nice. And he's ahead in workers, despite being. And he's got that 3rd CC if he wants it as well. 2 battlecruisers here.
2 battlecruisers using the fight here, and he could push this RazerBlader. I don't think there's enough Hydras to deal with this at all, so he's definitely pushed back and overall, the damage that RazerBlader did is a better trade than what FIGARO did on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it was a very tight hold, but once that tank and battlecruiser come back, Razor had the numbers to get it done. FIGARO has transitioned. He's building more drones now. He is caught up with drones and overtaken slightly. He's gotten that Spire play, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what he goes into here, whether he just makes Corruptors and goes for like a Hydroling Bane Corruptor sort of comp, or whether he's going to fully transition into more of a late game sort of tech. Oh yeah, these Hydras unable to trade with the battlecruisers. I did not realize Hydras were so bad versus battlecruisers. Double
There's
Evo
not many upgrades out here for
either player, or no, more for FIGARO. Yeah, he's got the double Evo.
FIGARO. He doesn't have those ranged weapons, so
Ooh.
he does get one battlecruiser though, which is really nice, just before the teleport could come off.
Yeah, Terran players feeling that nerf. Well, Raza has been able to secure the third base. He's still got a healthy worker count, and his call back up. Fourth base for FIGARO only just going down now, and it's in this very awkward place, which might go a little bit unscouted for a while because it's not where you expect it to be. Oh,
yeah, no creep protection either on that. So if he does see it, then it's extremely difficult to defend. But I think he's relying on him not seeing it.
Wow, Hellions trading with the Hydras. Remember, Hellions are only a mineral-only unit. I didn't think that was worth going into, but he got quite a few Hydras for that. You can see 16 Hydras have gone down this game. And
yeah, in general, RazerBlader has been trading super efficiently. Even his harassment, he's trading well. So in general, I think it's just been a pretty clean game out here from RazerBlader. Obviously, there's been times when it could have gone very wrong, like with that Hydra attack just a minute ago, but overall, he's managed to hold reasonably well.
And Lurkers are going to be the choice out of FIGARO, combined with that hive timing. So he's going to be able to get those very important upgrades on the Lurkers. This fourth base might not get to do any mining though. The two battlecruisers now come back in. Yamato is done and can be used, but there's actually quite a lot of Hydras here. So yeah, I think just getting out of there probably for the best. Picking up one or two Hydras and just getting out of here. Alternative, this is the fourth base that FIGARO is looking to take. Oh wait, no, that didn't get, his top one didn't get denied. I think they're going to come in and see it. They're not going to be able to get too much done here. Nice amount of lings left to defend. But FIGARO, unable to be aggressive in this point, has just been allowing Razor to macro up and power up off these three bases. Looking to immediately take this fourth base and probably PF that bad boy up. And really,
we have the seismic spine upgrade in production now for FIGARO, so we'll be get that looker range into play.
yeah.
As long as two Vipers as well, so he looks like he'll be trying to land those abducts into the field of lurkers. So actually, 14 lurkers on the map here for FIGARO, so
it's a scary,
quite a large number, and
but is
definitely not something you can push into.
Yeah, is it scary when there's this many tanks out on the map though, and even some cyclones being built now? Or maybe that was an accidental cyclone. No, he's consistently building cyclones. So Cyclone Thor tank is a very strong army. What do we got around here? We've got a Link counterattack ready on the right hand side, but a sensor tower is going to see it coming potentially if he walks into it, but I don't think he will. Base on the bottom established for FIGARO. He's now finally getting the gas mining out of that, getting the adaptive Talons upgrade, and his 2-2. So FIGARO is willing to take this to the late game. He about whether any damage can be done before that, or any big engagements going to happen before that.
Yeah, although they're currently even in worker count, RazerBlader now pulling ahead in worker count, so I think it's definitely a late game situation which slightly favors the Terran player here, and picking off two Vipers here is crucial.
Yeah,
obviously they're not units you want to lose with the heavy gas and mineral cost.
Yeah, they were full energy as well, which probably means they'd suckered some health off of other buildings. Oh, this one Thor's gonna get caught alone here. Well, caught with his Hellion boys on his back, but not enough to do anything about it. This 5th base from Razem. Nah, I shouldn't get denied. The big boy army is here. That is a scary army. Speaking of scary armies, though, on the left-hand side, the mass lurker coming in. Looks like he's going to do a counterattack, and this is a blind spot. He might be able to just walk up into the natural. But missile turrets, siege tanks.
Ooh. It's a rough angle to siege up in, but he does, with the lurker range, manage to pick off the siege tanks. It's quite a bold push here from FIGARO, and I'm not sure it's going to work out for him, but he does get a good damage.
Well, once you're in this position, it's really hard to attack into, but this army is essentially forfeit now. FIGARO's down in supply as well, and yeah, the battlecruiser. I think the battlecruiser can just fight this, right?
Maybe, yeah, 3 battlecruisers against this many Hydras. I think the battlecruisers can still definitely fight, and they can just kite back into siege check range as well.
FIGARO
there was some good damage done, especially picking off a bunch of supply depots, but
oh no, and into the tank
pushing
fire.
Straight into the siege tank volleys. That's a huge mistake from FIGARO here.
The cojones.
The whole army will go down.
Oh, the cojones on FIGARO there, walking up the ramp, seeing those siege tanks, go, no, you're going to siege there. Unfortunately, it wasn't the right decision in this game. Oh,
I think FIGARO was already behind economically in that situation, but even then, it's just there was definitely a chance for him to come back into that game.
Well, you know, it really was a case of I have to find the map. Triton. That first push looked scary, but I think you're right. When it came out, when all things told, Razer was equal on workers, and he had his 3rd CC up. He had his harass tools available, and he was just able to play it out. And Phoenix, we're waiting for you to accept the invite to the lobby, please. There you go. Oh, we got a series now, boys. We have got a series. Okay, both players are in the lobby. Readying up. Razer is ready. FIGARO is ready. Go, go. Good luck, good luck. Let's see what we can do. Going into the 3rd and final map in this best of 3. This determines who goes through and who wins £15 straight off, and also doesn't have to play any more maps tonight. So a decent amount makes your life a lot easier to win this map. Yeah, I've got these scores as 1-1. That is right here there. Let's go into game view. And for possibly the final time tonight, if he's able to clutch this match and cause a big upset in this group, spawning in the top left, it is the red Zerg, FIGARO. And
in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player, who is RazerBlader.
Go, there you go. Oh. Well, that last game was probably very confident giving for Razer. After, being under pressure again, taking that, having that kind of clutch defense where he still lost some SCVs, still wasn't like the cleanest position to be in. He was able to absolutely calmly and collectively take it back. Really willing to... Oh, go on, yep.
Seeing a pull first again out here from FIGARO, so...
Yes. Very potentially scared of that 2 racks. You don't want to lose to that at this stage. But we know that Razer isn't going for it. Razer seems very comfortable to take it to the late game, even from a behind position in that first map. He was willing to play it out. So it'll be interesting to see if we see anything. He might mix it up and go for a timing himself. But when you're playing against an aggressive player, sometimes going for a timing like that, you can end up really hurting yourself. So we might just see it standard also. But both players are getting comfortable into their seats, into the cold wastes of Troyan. And, oh, is that... Oh, wait, no, that's natural CC. I thought it was a 3rd CC going down. At 1 minute 50, I was like, that is bold. Rack CC CC. That would be a build. But no, it is just going to be the standard Reaper opening. SCV sees that there are Lings. And again, it's going to be the same thing as before. 6 Lings are going to pop across the map. Reaper's going to stay at home. And both players probably pretty comfortable playing this out. 1 Marine out. As soon as that bunker is done, he's probably going to send the Reaper across the map. No surprises so far. Factory and Reactor. And remember, that last game started off with the Reactor getting sniped. Just like, maybe not a momentum killer, but like as a psychological thing, that's like a really damning position to be in when you're 1-0 down and your Reactor gets sniped because Ling's got in at the perfect time. So we'll see if Raz can play even cleaner this game by not taking that early damage. FIGARO does split his Lings up and is just going to be sitting here waiting, but is droning. And yeah, pretty standard stuff now. Do we think it's going to be the Fusion Core again, Phoenix?
Okay, sorry, my mic had died. That was weird.
I thought you were being a bit quiet. That's okay.
I suspect it will be a Fusion Core again. I think RazerBlader is pretty comfortable playing a Fusion Core kind of style, and it seems pretty standard up from the turn.
Well, you know what FIGARO is very comfortable with? 2-base lair. Because that is what he's gone. Again, for the 3rd game in a row actually. He's done this in all the games. And I know this used to be more common back in the day, but I don't think it's super common nowadays. But Raz is actually going to get in with the Reaper and see it. And
yeah, it's actually really, really nice information here from Razer. And there's no 3rd base for the Zerg player, so...
Yeah, and he scouted that. He scouted both locations, saw there was no fast 3rd, got in and saw the lair. Doesn't see the exact timing, but you know it's a fast lair when there's no 3rd base being taken. Ooh, an armory coming out. So a Hellbat push maybe. A Stim Hellbat push timing? Maybe.
Potentially, yeah.
Looks like he's going to drop in one location with some Marines whilst running up with the thing. Actually, this push is going to all probably come together. Spire coming down. There is no Baneling Nest. Oh no, this is really bad for FIGARO. There's no Baneling Nest.
There is a spine up in the natural base. I don't know whether that means he knows that something's up, or we definitely know something's up now with this push, but...
Yeah. 1 queen might fall before the big engagement. No, it doesn't. That's really good. He's got 4 queens sitting down here, and as you say, a spine. This is holdable, but no Banelings, and that medevac just pushing out the healing.
When the drones hit, the Lings will go down on the Marines, and they...
Quick pickup though, saves the Marines. This spine...
And the Hellbat's super nice micro from FIGARO here, but... No, from RazerBlader here, but in the end, FIGARO will push it back.
Yeah, and again now, we get into that position where both players are even on workers. Well, actually, Raz has just slipped ahead. But Raz has got that 3rd TC coming up, and this 3rd base from FIGARO is not saturated at all yet. That was a good hold, though. That spine crawler really came in clutch, and saving that queen. If that was like a really tight hold. Oh, these Lings hugging the Hellbats.
Just run past them like they aren't there, and they will eventually come back for them, but they can't fight.
Well, Raz has got some
9 muses on the way here from FIGARO, so he's definitely looking for that damage.
But the Star Sense, the Thor is already in production.
And 3 missiles.
Did he scan?
No,
he hasn't seen it. Wow.
Yeah, that's...
He just knows. He just knows. But maybe a misread from FIGARO here, because he's going into Baneling speed, and this looks like it's going to be full-on mech. So this could be a really bad read there. He could cancel it, though it's not a bad thing to have, but FIGARO's going to come in here, and Thor is about to pop underneath it. Now, I think 9 Mutas does beat this straight up.
He does get that Widow Mine for a pulse, but you really don't want to fight that 4. Even if you think you could take it, it's still incredibly risky.
7 kills on the Liberator across the map. My observing, not amazing. Did not catch that, but we did see the tail end of it. So yeah, FIGARO is actually ahead on workers, but in terms of like a secure position, well, Razer is in a very secure position.
Although Tool and a 4 on a missile turret is not something you can fight with 9 Mutilus.
No, not at all. Well, the harass stage is kind of over for these Mutalisks. Now, are we going to see a big attack like in game 1?
30 Zerglings on the way for FIGARO, so it definitely looks like he's gearing up for one.
I mean, the main difference is that this was mech and the last game it was bio. So there's a scan on the main, seeing, well, not that much, confirming most of what he already knew. So he knows there's a Baneling nest now at least, but probably suspected as much anyway. 4th base going down for FIGARO. But again, not a super advantage position for either player, I'd say, actually. We're really just going to wait and see. 11 more drones on the production tab. More Thors. Oh, this tank being picked off is super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
a
really
nice
nice.
push up, especially with the push impending.
Yeah.
Although there is 2 bases in production for FIGARO, so maybe he is just looking to prolong this game further.
Yeah, he might well be. Doesn't well, he's not cranking out a bunch of units. He's gone up to 70 workers. Yeah, probably going to hang on in there. He's got his own 1-1 on the way. He probably wouldn't want to attack before that's done anyway. But, yeah. Oh, we're sending another drone out for another base. So, yeah. FIGARO willing to take it to the late game against a mech Terran Razer. It's not the easiest position for him to be in, but I'm sure he's got a game plan for this. Do you play any late game ZVT? What's the composition you want to go for?
Well, CVT is actually my weakest matchup. And,
I see.
But since the patch, it's been a little bit weird.
Okay.
You still want to go to that Broodlord tech.
Yeah.
Broodlord Infestor is still good, but Infested Terran is like a big loss.
Yeah. Even against like mass Thor, like there's a lot of Thors being produced here.
Against 4, it's a bit weird. You could go for that like Broodlord style or something like that. Viper Lurker.
Yeah.
We saw from a few games ago from FIGARO.
Yep. He might be able to play into that. Well, the Hive is now starting, so he's going to be able to get that later game tech. These mutants still being annoying. Only 6 or 7 of them left, but still being very annoying. And FIGARO is just swallowing up the whole map. But a mech Terran player kind of doesn't care how many bases you have. They're just going to push through and kill you at some point. I think that's the power moment that FIGARO is playing up for. Oh, big Widowmine hits! Now only 3 muters left. 1 muter left. 0 muters left. And Razer might not know he got every single last one of them, but you'd probably expect them to be, oh, and here's the big move out. Well,
yeah, this is a incredibly scary push here from RazerBlader. It's just a question of whether FIGARO has enough to hold this off.
There are 35 more Banelings in the production tab, with 39 already on the field. That's almost 80 he's going to be going up to.
Yeah, I think this definitely will come down to what type of engagement FIGARO takes.
Yeah, well...
And the flank position is really nice from FIGARO.
Yeah, I'm trying
He's able to pull this off, then this could be devastating.
Oh, okay, Baneling's starting to roll in from the south.
A 360 surround here from FIGARO. Does he have enough to break through?
Oh, the observing
Before absorbing a bunch of damage, but it looks like the Zerg will not be able to do it.
But there's no medevacs to get these boys out. The Lings might actually be able to finish this off.
Yeah, it looks like they eventually will be. So many Lings flooding in here.
That was a very costly engagement for FIGARO, but he lives. That's the main thing, and he's on more bases. More tank reinforcements now coming in. That was very clutch. Crutch works too. He's coming in with the Raven.
Yeah, now this game is completely open here. I'm not sure who is going to take this one from this point.
FIGARO does have a bit of a bank, but he's not maxed out yet. I don't know if he's going to be going up to those tier 3 units. We do have a counterattack coming around here, but Looks like he's going to want to attack the 4th base. PF, but no tanks around here. There are some tanks on the 3rd base, but Razer hasn't seen it just
They're
yet.
not sieged up or in position, so this 4th base will almost certainly go down.
Yeah.
And he will be able to get some more Hellions and things here as well. So actually, very nice attack there from FIGARO. Obviously sacrifices quite a few Banelings to do it, but
it's a calculated.
Definitely a worthwhile trade.
Yeah, it's a calculated cost. He ran up, he morphed just a little bit more than the amount of Banelings he needed, and then ran into that PF. He knew what he was doing. Adrenal Gland's about to finish up, and 3-3 on the way for Zerg, so he might try and hold off an engagement. Sacking these bases is an option. He has other bases on the other side of the map. But he's going to engage him before the siege tanks are sieged up. No, this could be a terrible engagement. Everything clumping up.
FIGARO clearing up everything here, and that's a complete disaster for the Terran player.
Ooh. Well, another PF has been set up in this location. I don't think there's enough Banelings here to crash in and take it out. So he's going to have to stay back. Raz has lots of CCs. He's also quickly expanding to the left side of the map as well, which FIGARO has not kept an eye on. So there is a lot of economy here. Supplies are down for Razer for the first time in a while, actually. But can FIGARO deliver a killing blow just yet? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, the Ultra's cavern has finished up and chitinous plating is on the way. The 4th has been denied again from FIGARO. So it's getting nice economic damage done, and is taking a supply and worker lead here.
Yeah, 99 workers FIGARO is on here.
He's even taken an aggressive base on the left side here, which seems to have been unscouted by RazerBlader.
So far, yes. A Ling actually blocking this
denying.
5th, yeah, this potential 5th/6/4th base, whatever you want to call it. This tertiary base. The scouting barracks in the middle. He's doing his job. Big Ling counterattack coming around now. I think he's now going to check these other bases. Nice Widowmine hit there, but not going to get enough. Oh, drilling cores.
Ooh, that's a really big Widowmine hit there.
32 Lings. Another big Widowmine hit.
This is really nice so far from RazerBlader, just getting those hits off.
Yeah, I mean it was only Lings he lost, but that was a lot of Lings, but not a lot of anything. 15
The thing
roaches.
is, the FIGARO just has such a big bank; they can remax instantly on anything he wants.
And what he wants to remax on is quite low-tech units. He's going for the roaches, the Lings, the Banelings. Not going for these the Ultras or the Vipers. But hey man, if he's come to playing that game, we've got an attack. We've got BC in the top right, harassing this base. Might get the kill on it. There's not much here to defend it. No anti-air, really in sight.
I think he will get the kill on that eventually. And the Hellions here, Hellbats here.
Might get some transferring drones, but it's not too important at this point. Oh, this Widowmine, 7 kills on that bad boy. Have a look. Where is FIGARO going to respond next? He is running through the middle of the map, but he doesn't want to attack this this base just yet. Razer scans it. How secured is this base? This base is pretty secured. With the Hellions running back in, I don't think there's much he can do.
The Widowmines aren't sieged up here. But they do get some nice hits off. These Ravagers are scary. Although the Ravens with their...
That's a lot of DPS in that thing there. FIGARO managing to... Razer taking out the top right base with that BCs. Corruptors are now out on the map. How many does he have? Only the 4, but you don't actually need that many to take on a single BC. These Thors are looking really scary again. There's nothing really to stop them. He's going to go for the Biles, and he is going to land huge
Biles there.
Oh,
and he should be able to pick off all of these 4s with no Medivacs to pick them up. And it's a really nice pick off here from FIGARO.
Yeah, making Ling Ravager look so scary against Thors.
Yeah, FIGARO obviously he's playing this very well, but the issue he's having here is how exactly he's gonna kill his opponent.
Yeah, well, I mean, Raz has had that big army a few times and lost it. I think the units lost tab is Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, it's still quite a bit in favour of Raz. I'm surprised by that. But mech has to be cost efficient to a certain degree. Battlecruiser jumping across the map, but it's on a timer because there are corruptors out and they know it. An engagement here did happen. That base is now dead. Another engagement.
All of these Hellions potentially could go down here as a rogue Ravager pushes in.
Yeah, this tank line not being broken though, and the Hellions do get out around the side. FIGARO happily mining off that base as well. Is the BC still alive? No, I think the BC went down now as well. These corruptors now coming prowling around. The only anti-air here is the Cyclones. The Ravens are
the Ravens will go down here. Now one does survive, but he loses 3 corruptors, I believe, in that. So
yeah, Cyclones are pretty good versus them. FIGARO rotating around. This base is now pretty exposed. It's not a PF either. But the Hellion Cyclone does come back and is able to trade reasonably well. But trading reasonably well isn't quite what he wants here.
Still, the bank, RazerBlader has no bank here, whilst FIGARO is banking on 2,000 minerals at any given time.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of gas. And this is quite an expensive gas army he keeps replacing. A lot of banelings. 48 lings on the way, but what's he going to be able to do with those lings? Not going to really be able to make that many banelings. And with the amount of Blue Flame Hellions out now and tanks, this army composition, I'm not super confident in it. Saying that, his engagements this game have been really good.
But if you look on the map, what exactly is RazerBlader mining from at the moment? His natural is almost fully mined out, the 3rd base is almost fully mined out, and he hasn't been able to claim this south side 5th base or 6th base since they've been consistently denied by the Zerg player. So
he's now trying to retake it. I mean, he's maxed out for now, so if he can continue trading efficiently and not take a bad engagement, then you may think, how many lings have been made this game? I don't know. 714 are dead though. I can tell you that much. And Mikkel in the chat there, my boy.
Yeah, FIGARO is now starting to get a bank. RazerBlader, sorry, is now starting to get a bank of his own for the first time in this game, really.
Yeah. Again, it's a very expensive army he has, and he really needs to kill an army of FIGARO, let the remax happen, and kill it again before he can get the killing. Before he can go to finish off FIGARO. FIGARO's going to counterattack, and this base is not. Oh! Lag! Oh, wow. Amazing splits from FIGARO as the lag comes in. Yeah, I'd say we might have to pause here. Yeah. Oh, they can't see me typing because I'm not a referee. These players are...
Game resumed. And the game has resumed now.
Yeah, we didn't cut to a screen or anything. We're gonna just go for the...
This is server by the looks of things.
Thing run by.
And these things are picking off 1, maybe 2 mineral lines here. I don't know what's happening. 33 SCVs have gone down. I don't really know how that happens.
Well, this might end up being a fist of knee sort of situation. Where there's very little workers, but Raza is maxing out on army. A mech army is already efficient and hard to kill, let alone when you have so much more army supply than workers. FIGARO's on 87 workers.
He's kind of trapped himself in this low ground situation here, RazerBlader, and it looks like this will be the area where he'll make his stand.
Yeah, I don't think FIGARO wants to attack into there ever. But I say that and I'm completely wrong because he's attacking into there now.
He goes in, the banelings rolling in. This is huge damage here from FIGARO. The tanks at the back are the scariest here. But I believe FIGARO has pushed through.
And my boy, look at
RazerBlader
the
has
supply.
just nothing left here.
He has one small army, but nothing else left. And did I cast a cursor at the start by saying that Razer's never dropped a series? Possibly. I possibly did.
Wow, this is certainly a turn up for the books here. I didn't expect to be seeing RazerBlader lose today.
I mean, FIGARO's been on fire recently. Epic Land, he only lost to Risky, I believe. Actually, he must have went out in the lower bracket, but I'm not sure who that was by. And now, I mean, Razer's still going to stay in. He has the chance to advance right now, and advancing number 1 in this group is actually really important. Because the number 2 player has to face Risky.
Yeah.
So, Razer wants it, but I don't think wanting is enough.
I'm not sure there's enough here at all as the Banglings roll in, and we could be seeing a GG out here any minute from RazerBlader.
Over 100 supply down. The Ravagers and Roaches coming in, chasing everything back. I'm trying to be dramatic. For some reason the camera zoom thing isn't working, but that's fine.
There's nothing left here for RazerBlader. There's just some Widow Lions and some Hellions and 2 Ravens.
And this is like a campaign mission right now. There you go.
GG is called. FIGARO advances in first place in this group. I certainly was not expecting that, were you?
We said it before, UKSC2 full of upsets. And there we have another upset. What a game though, what a game. And I got a hand to FIGARO, it was extremely well played by him. Maybe some of the move outs and positioning on the map was questionable from Razer. But in order to lose that, in order to like lose those armies, Zerg always has to, you know, make sure the surrounds are coming in at the right time and doing all that good jazz. So, that means our winners match is over. And FIGARO goes through in first place in Group D. Poggers by Risky in the chat. He knows what's going on.
Yeah. Obviously Risky. FIGARO is one of his best friends. So.
Yeah, they are reasonably close, I believe, or they know each other.
And he said before that one of the players that he's worried about the most is FIGARO, so I think he'll be happy to avoid playing FIGARO in a round of 8.
Yeah.
Especially since his record against RazerBlader is very convincing.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah. Wow. A deep moment here in Group D. But the show must continue on, and we do have the lower match, which is going to be Eiger versus Chelch, a PvP, which is always a fun matchup. Which means we'll either get the rematch, Eiger RazerBlader, or we get Chelch soaring through and getting to come in to challenge Razer. Now I'm just waiting for the players. Actually, they're still probably watching the game. We're just gonna have
The game has now caught up on the stream, so
good stuff. F in the chat, boys, for Razer. For F. All right. Well, let's invite. Actually, they're not chatting in the party chat, are they? I don't want to interrupt that. No, lovely. Right, let's kick some people from the party. FIGARO, congratulations. Razer, do not sit on your laurels yet. You still have games to play, son. Okay, into the party chat we go. And Eiger is the higher ranked player, so Eiger gets first veto pick. And we will see what happens here. Eiger straight veto Zen is going to happen. Then Nightshade. Oh, they're burning through these vetoes.
Yeah.
We have
Well,
Zen.
Nightshade and Eternal Empire have been vetoed, so
Yeah.
we'll be.
We'll see Similacron.
Normal map pool has been deviated from now.
It's PvP, it doesn't matter. We have Similacron. We have Eiger.
Ephemeron.
To pick first. And we have World of Sleepers. We haven't seen that map today. Actually, we have seen that map today, haven't we? I don't know.
I don't believe so.
I'm bad at this job. What is Volt paying me for? Just kidding, Volt isn't paying me. I wanted to see if Phoenix reacted, but he didn't react.
Yeah.
Damn, you called me out, called my bluff. You're like, I know. No joke. First game is going to be on Ephemeron, and then Simulacron. So the third map will be World of Sleepers. Who is this handsome boy? Rafcio. You know what you're saying. Don't do that to me. I don't need my ego any bigger. Okay, Chelch is ready. Race check, boys. Race check. It's a TVT. Oh yeah, sure. What you on about? What you on about? This is going to be a PvP, believe it or not, unless both players are absolutely crazy. Maybe TVT, two off-race Protosses playing Terran, might be less of a coin flip than actual PvP. So we will see here.
Yeah, PvP is actually one of my favorite matchups to watch in the whole game.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoy watching it. There's lots of crazy stuff that happens in PvP. I feel like anything can happen in PvP.
Absolutely, yes. You can see macro, you can see not macro, you can see all-ins, you can see feints, you can see proxies, you can see fake proxies. I Alt F this to be blue-green. I cannot. Okay, it doesn't matter too much. We are going to go into the game screen in this first game. Spawning in the bottom right of Ephemeron. He's playing for the rematch to face Razer again. It's Eiger.
And in the top left-hand corner, from the Drunken Outlaws, the pink Protoss, it is Chelch.
Good lad. Alright, so we're going to see a fairly normal opening start off. Gateways for both players. So that's the first major thing out of the way. Is it going to be a cannon rush on game one? And no, it's not. Looks like Eiger was thinking about checking for it, and he probably is now going to check for it. I just wanted to take his gas. Gas timings are very interesting in PvP. Nobody does it exactly the same, but everything works out the same is generally what it is. Chelch being very thorough checking for these proxies. But really it's the second pylon. Where is the second pylon going to be? Probes are going to come across the map. Cybernetic, of course, dying both times, both reasonably on time. Ooh.
The movement of this probe from Eiger.
And the pylon that's queued up. Oh, he stops it, but there you go. Now it's queued up again. Very interesting. Okay.
Essentially a Stargate from that position?
Could be. A robo wouldn't fit on the low ground. So yeah, it might just be a Stargate. It could still be a robo because, believe me, in PvP, people put them anywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Chelch is going to come in. His second pylon is at home.
Yeah,
yes.
Chelch will see the lack of the second pylon here.
Yes.
And that should clue him in.
And this is in PvP, this is something you are very much trained to scout for. Is where's that second pylon? What are the first units coming out? You know, what's the position of this thing? Chelch is going for the Sentry Stalker, so this is a very defensive style. He's going to get a fast expand, and though Eiger going for the Nexus. Did he see? I assume he saw the Sentry Stalker pop out. Going for a fast Nexus himself. So yeah, this is just going to be a fake proxy. Not going to actually do anything with it. And he's actually going to he's going to cut units to get a faster Nexus than Chelch. I've spoken to
Chelch has obviously reacted to this and built shield batteries. So.
Yeah, I mean, Eiger's going to come in here and he's going to feel great. Because the fake proxy has caused the need for a shield battery. And because he scouted it with Sentry Stalker, he knows that he could take a faster Nexus without any real risk of things. I've spoken to Chelch about this in the past, and I know that he gets very frustrated sometimes when players take a greedy Nexus because they scouted Sentry Stalker. But I don't think it's very punishable, so arguably it's not that greedy. The Phoenix does come in here, see everything. Chelch knows he's safe now, and he can just play onto his own game. Robo's coming down for both players. But the work account already 2 ahead for... 2 ahead for Eiger. If this hallucinated Phoenix catches Chelch off guard. Words, what are they? Words are difficult. So Chelch has seen the whole main base. There was a pylon missing, but I don't think he's gonna... Yeah, he's fine. He knew that was a hallucination. Didn't need to pull any probes. He's got his own hallucinations. Should be going across the map somewhere. Possibly 3 sentries. You basically have constant hallucination. PvP in these sort of mid-game stages where you both have like 3 sentries, it's almost like mini map hacks. You pretty much know exactly what your opponent is doing, and it's hard to be sneaky. As opposed to the early game where it's very easy to be sneaky with the proxy pylons.
Yeah, here's one the build order deviation. Eiger has opted for the Immortal first, plus Chelch has opted for the Warp Prism out of the...
yeah, Chelch does already have a...
Oh, he has them. My bad.
Yeah, but that's totally fine. Yeah, both players now powering up. Really interesting. There's no Forge. No Forge for either player is very interesting. Back in the day, a +2 timing was like the gold standard in PvP. But nowadays, these kind of robo pushes with really punish that kind of thing. So you see less and less players going for that fast robo. All these sort of...
Yeah, and there is the Forge out now from Eiger, whereas Chelch has gone for that Twilight Council instead. So.
Oh, if Chelch knew that his opponent was actually down that ramp, he could have actually walked in and killed the natural. But you'd never know. Oh, Adept's walking from that proxy pylon and are going to go down through to the main. This could be really do or die here for Chelch. He's going to get 2 Adepts into the main base and he might get a sweet force field off.
Yeah, there's 2 shield badges going up here for Eiger. The nice force fields there from...
Yeah, where did these... There were 2 Adepts. Okay, the 2 Adepts are still across the map. They're still waiting, looking to do damage. Chelch has all the time in the world to attack here, but he's going to be taking damage from this counter-attack. 2 workers already gone down. He warps in reactively for it. He's got a shield battery there. This should hold it. He's going to force field this Eiger into an uncomfortable position, but he needs to keep getting damage on this Nexus.
Yeah, Eiger has the supply lead here, and he has the defensive advantage, so we'll see when he's done. He's still doing damage on the other side of the map as well. 6 workers going down. These Adepts have ravaged the mineral lines.
Yeah, and now...
And I'm not sure what happened to the defensive warping units. Oh, they are in the main base, but even then, 9 workers go down.
Yeah, this is a pretty desperate position. We do see Glaives on the way. Glaives are pretty good all in, but they fall off very quickly. As soon as there's an Archon out, there is no Twilight Council or anything on... there is no Templar Archives on the way, though, so...
There's 4 Immortals in this army for Eiger compared to the 1 of Chelch, so...
Yeah, this is quite...
Damage on this army is going to be huge.
Ooh, War Prism does fall. Force fields are pretty decent. Not decent enough, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, but even without the War Prism, there's still so many units here for Eiger. He's just going to be able to push through in the end here.
And the knife fight that is PvP.
There is some nice counter-attack damage from Chelch, but I believe it's too little too late.
He's going to get into the main, but yeah, these other Adepts are already chasing. So if Glaives finish up, Glaives are still 15 seconds away. It's not super close. Alright, PvP is an interesting matchup. If Chelch can take a miracle fight here, he'd really need Disruptors or something though. Still microing, taking out 6 workers. Glaives is finished. It would probably, honestly, it's probably best for Eiger to back off here. He doesn't need to win the game here. But I think he has got enough.
I think his army is still strong enough to potentially take this fight. The Immortal's shelling so much damage down on this army, and that should be it.
Yeah, Barry still up. War Prism being focused, but the
War Prism will go down, and
there's the GG.
GG.
Game 1. Ooh. Yeah, PvP is a bit of a knife fight, but again, you gotta hand it to Simulacron. You gotta hand it to Eiger for reading that game. Oh, hang on. I forgot to create with mod. For reading that game, reading the need for reading the early build from Chelch and going, nope, that's fine. I can just go into a faster Nexus myself. And Chelch respected that proxy. Actually, I think it was the double chrono boosted stalkers. If you see double chrono boosted stalkers, Phoenix, you're not. Oh, yeah. If you see double chrono boosted stalkers in PvP, that can be because it's a proxy robo. It can be a 6 stalker rush. There's a lot of things it can be. Okay, both players are in. Both players are ready. Go. Is Eiger ready? Yep. All right. So that was an explosive game 1. With just key parts doing too much damage. So we will go into game 2. How do you say this map, Phoenix? Because I can never say it.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum?
Yeah.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
Alright, let's not get into characters.
We probably won't have to say it anymore with the new map, right?
Absolutely. Well, it is. Eiger is 1-0 up in this best of 3. And he is spawning in the bottom right hand side of Simulacrum. It is Eiger.
And in the top left hand side of Simulacrum, it is Chelch.
There you go.
I think they should just rename it to that.
They should, mumble. Yes. Is it gonna? Okay, yeah. So again, both going for gateways first. Simulacron is not a good cannon rush map in my experience, so I'm not surprised neither of them are going for it. But it's almost a little bit disappointing. I'd love to see a cheeky play with some cannons. You're going to see the very standard, I get my gases at a random time. Do you know what? I actually would have liked a double proxy gateway or something like that out of Chelch, because you can see here that Chelch is really scouting his natural base, right? He's making sure there's no cannons, there's no proxy gates or anything like that. Okay, now Eiger is doing it. I don't know if he did that last game. It seemed like last game he did the bare minimum scouting to see if there was a cannon immediately starting at his low ground, and then didn't check further out. Like,
yeah, it looks like there will be another proxy here from Eiger. We'll see if he makes a building this time, since last game he simply used it as a fake. But it looks to me, from the way the probe is moving, that there will be a building.
Yeah, when the probe stays there, that's a big indication. And again, you can kind of get into your opponent's head in a best of 3. You know, he did this last game, and it was a fake proxy. So why wouldn't it be a fake proxy this game? It'd be very difficult to read. So there's the Stargate going down. So, and yeah, double adept. So
very aggressive opening here from Eiger then.
Yeah, Sentry Stalker starting out from Chelch. He should know this because you see the probe scout come in so late that generally you know that there's no second pylon in the main, that you know that there is actually a proxy on the map. Oh, he actually goes for the pylon block. That's an interesting one. I think he's going to let it finish. Oh, this is a really big read on Chelch. Chelch's playstyle. Oh no, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's actually a very nice block there from Eiger.
Oh, Chelch is trying to find it, and he's in the right vicinity, but he's not going to get it. So because this could be either or, we should be seeing a shield battery go down in the main any second now. But is he going to wall off in time? No, he doesn't wall off in time.
Oh, this is disastrous start here for Chelch. And his sentry's going to go down, and now probes will start to fall.
And there's no shield battery in the main. So what you need a shield battery at around 3 minutes to finish up in time for the Oracle.
But so much lost mining time as well there.
Can we get a countdown from 10, boys? Because I think that's when this game is going to end. I might be wrong. Oh yeah, double sentry. Yeah.
Now. There just isn't anything really here to defend. The Stalkers will push it back, but...
Only 2 probe kills. He does have the faster Nexus. And there's not a lot of kill potential out of Eiger here. So, while I would have left in this situation, Chelch is playing for his tournament life. He's going to hang on in there.
Obviously a respectable decision, I think. But we'll see if this double Oracle will be able to do any more damage here.
Yeah, Chelch will be aware of it now, so he's going to leave some Stalkers in the main. He doesn't know the follow-up is a Nexus yet. Scouting information in this sort of situation can be really hard. He did get those extra sentries, which are now have enough energy for hallucination, so he can get the scout off. There is an adept sitting at the front of this base. He might try and get in again. Yeah, he is. Oh, the pylon took just a split second out. Game of milliseconds here, boys.
Obviously, with the double Oracle, you can one-shot probes, although they will go down. There's poor control there from Eiger, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a conscious trade. What he deliberately targeted the sentries, and now Chelch has no vision. He doesn't know if this is one base still. He doesn't know where the oracles are. He can't, like, sometimes we see players nowadays use hallucinated Phoenix or to tag an oracle, so it just follows the oracle around, and that can be a really nice touch.
The big move up from Chelch here. Did the Oracle of Eiger see that?
No, the Oracle saw the Observer, or the Observer saw the Oracle, to be more precise. And Chelch looked to turn around, but then he didn't. He is going to attack.
Yeah, there's attacking with the Immortal out now and a shield battery. There's no way Chelch can get damage done here.
Yeah.
Glaives will be starting out from Chelch. We'll see if he gets any damage done with that. But the Oracle is straight into the mineral line here. He could start beaming down probes. But...
Hang on, there's a fight going on the other side. That's why he's distracted. And now he's going to start... Oh, he went for... Oh, no.
Oh, huge stasis ward in the main base. And...
Yeah, Chelch doesn't even want to play it out. My boy. I mean... PvP, it's a clockwork. When it's working, it's like clockwork. There's like intricate little parts everywhere, things going left and right, all this sort of shit happening. But when it's a shit show, it's a shit show. But I gotta give credit to Eiger there. He played that beautifully. Actually, there's some little things there that I really liked, like seeing your opponent go Stalker Sentry and like doing the pylon block. Really nice. When you're also proxying yourself. And obviously getting the adepts in, it's always nice. You don't expect that to happen. And that can throw even the best players off of remembering to get that shield battery. But the series goes on. And Chelch is unfortunately going to be eliminated from Group D. Meaning we have one final matchup. And what is that matchup?
It will be Eiger versus RazerBlader. A rematch of the second game we had hit.
Absolutely. And oh yeah, Eiger is still in the pie, so that's fine. And now we just need to get Razer in here, who does not look to be in the chat. Oh yeah, there he is. Gonna say we don't want to explosion in the chat. Why is Chelch not building shield batteries? I know, I feel you, my dude. I feel you. Right, so we are going to have the rematch here coming up. The players are going to redo their vetoes. And we will get into this now. Now, the first game was very convincing from Razer. So we'll see if that experience has been able to shape Eiger's mental state going into this. Just having a nice win going into this match, having a nice win is really nice. And obviously Razer being the favourite and being in the deciders match, mentally, that could help swing things.
Yeah, both games in the first time they met played out pretty similarly. Razer with that free barracks +1 timing managed to kill in both games, but see what happens here.
Yeah, we are going to potentially see similar again, because that is one of the potential maps still left. We're just letting, we're just letting the players first. And actually, that is going to be the first map.
The players are just tormenting us at this point.
Yeah. And I can't type. There you go. Da 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 da. No. Oh. He thought I was Eiger. I'm not quite that good, rather. I'm not quite that good. Alright. Ready, good luck, good luck. We're just waiting for Eiger to be ready. No match history, race check, yup.
Yeah, we'll shortly be jumping to the final match of today's games.
Yes.
It's been a good group. Some upsets, some close series, kind of everything you want.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. And a big shout out to Bel Air, who probably has more viewers than us right now. He's been casting it all in German, I believe, on another stream. And he's been here for, I think he recasted groups A and B the other day, or B and C. I think he missed one or two of the groups, and he's recasted those. Gotta love the passion and the support for the UKSC2 League from our German friends. But we are here in the deciders match in Group D, and spawning in the bottom right, it is our Irish player, Eiger.
And in the top left-hand corner, the blue Terran player from Red Dragons, it is RazerBlader.
Yes. So, do we bet that Eiger loses 7 probes and then dies to a timing attack?
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, that's what I would put money on.
I respect that. Well, we do see very standard openings here. I suppose the first deviation is, are we going to see Reaper expand from Razer? And are we going to see Cyber before Nexus for Eiger? Didn't work out for him too well last game, but we'll see.
I think Reaper expand is almost a shoo-in for Razer.
Yep.
But what Eiger does is a little less predictable, I would say.
Yeah, super minor thing. He's actually pulled workers off of minerals onto gas, where you normally rally in. It's a super little thing. But that's interesting. I didn't notice if he did. I don't think he did that in the first series. He might want gas a little bit quicker for something, but I might be reading too deep into that. And yeah, we do have that Reaper. And CC on the high ground. Razer showing a lot of respect for his opponent here. Really worried.
That might be because he knew his opponent opened
Cyber before Nexus.
Yeah, last series.
Oh, Razer just wants to play safe. He now does see the pylon and the thing. And is he gonna... He doesn't raise the depot in time, so this probe gets in. He gets to see everything, but the probe is now trapped in. That's likely what he was going for. Oh, the Marine rallies on the wrong side there. Minor little things. That probe is going to go down. And reactor and factory on the way. Could be a Widowmine drop, could be Hellions. Second gas, normal time. And the Twilight Council follow-up. 2! Oh yeah, no, 1. Oh, sick positioning there on that pylon.
And the Reaper will get out with 6 HP. Just gets out.
Yeah, notice that Eiger really doesn't like to do the Reaper walls. On some maps, like Eternal, it's really hard to do. Or it's basically impossible to do. But on this map, it's actually quite a simple one. And he didn't want to. And oh, Proxy Stargate. Do you know what this is? Or Starport? This is going to be the 4 Hellion drop. Yeah, the reactor factory is the reactor is on the factory. Going to be 4 Hellions into a drop. This is really powerful on this map because of the wide open space of the main, especially when you don't Reaper wall. There's going to be no vision coming into here. He is
mixing things up, which is very unlike him, I would say.
This is a very popular map for this type of build. Again, because the main is so wide and open. So that might be part of it. But yes, these first 4 Hellions are likely to get a lot done. It is very hard to stop this. The best thing to do is scout it and have units in position. And even then you're likely to take some damage. He sees that. He sees the Hellions. These Hellions might even get the Adept. Oh, that's so bad.
That's a very nice pick off there for RazerBlader.
I can see the wall is ready, but so is the medevac. And guess what medevacs don't care about? Walls.
Is it walls?
It is walls. I didn't give you enough time to answer them.
I'm learning.
He's learning. And yeah, there's a pylon is in position, but he doesn't see it. Although Stalker does get
a Stalker, and he does pull well, but this is going to be a pro barbecue here. 8 probes already going down.
Call off the bookies. It's more than 7.
Was.
And now he's trapped in by his own wall.
16, maybe more than that. 17.
Yeah.
Huge damage here from RazerBlader.
And there is no way to transition to a macro game after this damage. You have to make something happen. He's got like 3 Blink Stalkers, 5 Blink Stalkers. I don't know where the other 2 are. Here they are. They're moving across the map as well. And if Razer has a tank behind it, which he does, yeah, this becomes pretty hard to attack into. Observer is going to be on the high ground, so he might be able to go for Stim. If he can snipe Stim, that'd be like an ideal scenario. He's actually not targeting down the reactor. I'm trying to target down the tank, but not going to get it. Only 5 Stalkers. You don't have a lot of DPS here. You got to pick your targets really well. And he does get a few workers. Oh, workers going down on this side of the map as well. A Liberator gets in. 6 kills.
So much damage being done here by RazerBlader this game, and he gets the Observer there with the scan. Just about everything that could have gone wrong in this game has gone wrong for Eiger, and he's going to recognise that.
Absolutely. No disrespect for GGing out at that time. Very hard situation.
RazerBlader now 1 map away from ensuring he is going to be in the round of 8.
Yeah. Eiger saying, what do you make your Reapers out of? Butter? Because they're that slippery. Okay, the next map is going to be on Triton. Which I have to search for because it's not in current map pool. And I can't type. Oh. But yeah, that was a really sick play. Trying to deny that Reaper by doing the pylon block. That was super nice from Eiger. And against pretty much any normal Terran player, that means you'd get the Reaper, but not from our thing. Okay, Razer is ready. I don't see Eiger being ready, so I'm just going to wait for them. Eiger is saying that he did know that that was the build that was happening, but it just hit a bit more crisper than he was used to. So again, Razer really showing that bar, and I've had that as well. I've played against Razer and, oh, can you do this? And it just hits sooner than I expected because he is that crisp. Yeah, I think Eiger's just taking a few minutes here to center himself, chatting with Razer. Razer's very friendly. So we're just going to let them chat it out. This is the final game, final best of series of today. And, oh, and I don't have the players in the right position. My apologies. That's why they've been waiting. There you go, there you go. Well, okay, Razer is ready. Eiger is ready. There's no match history on. We are going to be going in to potentially the last game.
Do you have Game Hunt?
Yes, WCS plus Game Hunt. Potentially the last game of the evening, but we'd all love to see that upset. Well, we probably wouldn't all love to see it, but I'm a bit of a Razer fan. I'd like to see him win. Yeah. But for the stream, we would love to see more StarCraft action, as they say. We are going into this game on Triton and spawning. I'm going to do Razer because I haven't done Razer today. Spawning in the top right. He is the Red Dragon's ace player, maybe the ace best player on the team. He is RazerBlader.
Maybe the best. I think I have something to say about that.
Oh, we'll save it for Sunday, buddy.
In the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Provost player from Ireland, it is Eiger.
There you go, there you go. And again, not opting for a Reaper wall. This is actually a really strange gateway positioning, but he's doing it his way, so all good. Again, maybe he has something cheeky planned out. I really think if you're in a best of situation like this, like I'm a pretty straight ladder player myself. I'm happy to play the same sort of style every game, and it didn't work, that's fine. Same player, we'll play again. But in a group stage, you're in a best of 3. This is your 4th map against this man. You know, you've got to dig into that Protoss book of cheese and bring out something, I feel. Love to see it. But it does look like... oh, yep.
I think Eiger does need to do something to mix it up in order to win this series.
He does, and I am not set to busy. Let's do that. Gave my congratulations to FIGARO earlier, and looks like he's only just seen the message. We do see, this time, the second pylon being not on time. Oh, Eiger doesn't... So it looks like Eiger doesn't do this Cyber before Nexus build very often, because you have to get the pylon immediately. So he actually cancelled a probe there, I think, in order to start the Adept on time. It does mean his Adept is going to get out, and it does mean he shouldn't take any damage from this Reaper. So, still a good play, but again, maybe the nerves getting in there a little bit this time. While we do see factory and standard style from Razer on the other side. But this Reaper can get up because he doesn't Reaper wall. Not going to get too much done. Reactor again. And again, so Phoenix, do you think we'll see Razer do anything different this game, or do you think he's just going to go stand?
Well, last game was
a bit unusual.
A bit unusual, yeah. This game, well, every indication he's given me seems to say that it's going to be a normal game. It seems like he wants to go for potentially a Widowmine drop.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
In the previous series. Yeah, and last time he didn't get huge amounts of damage done with the Widowmine drop, but I believe he got some Hellions in afterwards.
It was either that or the Reaper. Wasn't that the one where
the Reaper at the start of the game?
The Reaper got 5 kills, and then the Adept, then the Widowmine drop got 2. And only getting 2 kills with the Widowmine drop is what you hope for as a Protoss, but
yeah.
Let's see if his build looks a little bit cleaner this time. His gateways are actually done before his robo. Oh yeah, his robo's only just started. So he should have a proper amount of stalkers. Oh, but this is a glaives build. Okay. My apologies, chat. I completely was not paying attention to the build. So, we do have a glaives timing. Now, you can get like 8 glaives at 445, but this is actually going to hit faster than that. It's going to hit with a few less adepts, but it's going to be a nice anti-time because this Widowmine drop is only just coming out. Razer's got to have seen this, but it looks like he's going to commit to the Widowmine drop on his own. The bunker is there, but glaive adepts...
Which of these Marines, they maybe can fight it? It looks like the Marines will be able to hold it off just about.
Yeah, this might be a build that Eiger knows of but hasn't practiced too much. Like I say, generally you go in at 445 with like, I can't remember how many it is, but quite a few ones. And you can overwhelm the Reapers in a pretty reasonable way. There is no defense here at home for these...
Yeah, and I'm not sure he's seen the medevac either. This Widowmine will just...
Oh, good splits. Really good
and they will only get 2, but he will be able to pick up these Widowmines and potentially come in at a later date, do more damage.
Yeah. He sees there's no third. I don't know if he's seen these adepts come across the map, and he did lose quite a few Marines before.
But he does have the siege tank on the high ground here, which is obviously very important for RazerBlader.
Yeah.
He has 2 siege tanks, in fact, so even with the shade finishing, he'll get the first one, but will he be able to get the second?
Yeah, he hasn't got vision on it, so he won't be able to get it. He is shaving off these minerals, these Marines, and adepts warping in on the high ground. This is actually kind of scary.
Yeah, this Marauder, though, is... These 2 Marauders are going to be very nice to pop these adepts.
This is looking kind of scary. Isn't the super clean hold? There's not much
11
really.
SCVs going down here, though. There's actually very nice damage here from Eiger.
Yeah, the bunker in the front is going down. That second tank didn't go down. There you go. This is what we're talking about. You know, mix it up a little bit, get some damage done. But I'm just going to rewind. Yeah, I'm just going to rewind that because we weren't paying attention on the stream. A Widowmine drop, I believe, come in.
Oh.
Yeah, and just like us, Eiger also wasn't paying attention, and he lost, unfortunately, quite a few things there. So, again, big respects to Eiger. It's a difficult position, and he tried to play it out. But yeah, that is how it goes. So, that is it, isn't it? Yeah, I had to think there. That is it for this group. The favourites in the group have gone out, both RazerBlader and FIGARO, but in case you have only just tuned in now, where were you? But, more importantly, the note is that FIGARO goes out in position 1, which I believe for the playoffs means he will be facing T-Ball, and RazerBlader will be facing Risky in the playoffs in the round of 8. Can't ask for more hype than that. I don't know when that match is actually going to be. Not sure if it's Monday or if it's a week on Monday. And that'll probably be the first. That'll probably be Mystic Aster. Actually, Finn, can you link me the Liquidpedia page if you've got it? Because we might as well sign out the stream by showing the round of 8.
Yeah, and Risky versus RazerBlader is obviously a match which you would expect to see in the finals, but we'll be seeing it in the round of 8 in this tournament, so
yeah,
one of the tournament favourites will be eliminated.
Absolutely.
In the round of 8, which will take place next Monday, so if you're not there, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, just to confirm, is that a week on Monday, or is in like 5 days' time?
That is in 5 days' time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just wanted to check.
Well, 3 days and 21 hours. So
yeah, well, to be precise, is it only 3? Oh yeah, Thursday today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice stuff.
And then on next Thursday, it will be T-Ball versus FIGARO and Zane versus Matt in the other round of 8 match. matches.
Oh, okay. So
it
can you
was a Mystic versus Aster.
yeah, can you link me that so I can show it on stream?
Yeah, it's in chat now.
Oh, good lad. It's because my Discord sounds are muted. Okay, I need to make sure I'm not going to show anything dodgy on stream. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay. Before the end of the stream.
Well, I want to say another thank you to Belair for casting in German, obviously. Yep. He's been working really hard solo casting and things. Shout out to all the players, everyone who advanced and went out, who was turning up and playing in the tournament and supporting it. And then for everyone who's contributed prize money, and to the viewers for tuning in and watching. Wouldn't really be a tournament without viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to shout that out one more time, this is essentially a crowd-funded UK tournament. All the prize pool is from donations. So get on there. Matcherino, I think it's on there, Matt. I don't know where it is actually.
Yep, just on Matcherino.
Message Vault in Discord. Find any of us in game. Chat to us. We can direct you to things. If you want to contribute, if you want to make this more epic, you have the power to through capitalism and money. Because it's what we live in. Well, I think that's going to wrap up everything for this evening. It's been a great few hours. Yeah, I think we're good. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for casting with me, Exo.
No worries. The 07s in the chat for the way out. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you all Monday. Cheers. Good. Nice. We're off.
Nice.
Actually.
Thanks for the cast.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. Like I say, my observing slipped a little bit at times, but it's all good. I don't think anyone will complain too much.
No, it's not a huge deal. I gotta work now, I think.
Oh, have you got work?
I got uni work to do.
Oh, yeah, man.
I have to do... It's not that much. I have to do one slide on a PowerPoint.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not too bad.
Alright, see you, man.
Alright, I'll speak to you later. Have fun. Bye. My mic is muted when I'm on my own screen. That's good to know. Before the end of the stream.
Well, I want to say another thank you to Belair for casting in German, obviously. Yep. He's been working really hard solo casting and things. Shout out to all the players, everyone who advanced and went out, who was turning up and playing in the tournament and supporting it. And then for everyone who's contributed prize money, and to the viewers for tuning in and watching. Wouldn't really be a tournament without viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to shout that out one more time, this is essentially a crowd-funded UK tournament.